offensive T side as they open up this Grand Finals campaign. 2 smokes, a Molotov, a pair of flashes for the MOUZ attack. NAVI have a little piece of utility themselves, and for the moment it's going to start out pretty slow. Just now MOUZ coming up towards the top of A ramp and aggressively forcing back bit. But a very quiet pistol round. A sole defender at this B bomb site. Jail looking for information. Keep your eyes on the mini-map. When NAVI decide to rotate somebody over, he just gets a spot and information. The top banana has been taken. And NAVI holds their nerve.
Jail's got to hold his. He's got to hold B alone. Smoke ready to deploy as soon as he makes contact or spots a MOUZ player. But he's got no support.
The problem is if they start moving in when he spots him, they're going to come through this. And I think they might still, considering they just used all their utility exertion. Oh, he's been so good up front for MOUZ this event, and he's got an opening kill. And all of a sudden, you got to say the odds of winning this retake just plummet. His pistol round might have slipped out of control for NAVI.
Just from the initial setup. Wasn't good enough to stop MOUZ, and see how this attempt getting back into the ruins goes. First headshot's good, Wonderful's beside him, but it's Yimpat. Oh, he goes down. Surprisingly so, Wonderful's got them back into this, and Shuey takes steps back to darkness. He knows he's got somewhat of a crossfire here with Brolin out towards Banana, and Shuey takes that first shot. Time is starting to tick here for NAVI, and there's no kit on their back. Ima, good kill. It's now a 1v1, but Brolin should play this one patiently. He goes into the open. Ima can't win this round any longer. Not enough time. He'll retreat. MOUZ have the first round of this final.
Yeah, but it got close. That's a very nice retake attempt from NAVI. Over towards ruins and moving into the bomb site. Good job from Shuhei, realizing the situation, how many players he'd lost, tucking himself in, making himself very, very hard to find.
And we got to see MOUZ play Inferno against the side of Fury. The game plan in Inferno, or rather against Vitality, and the game plan in Inferno was exertion, works Banana, and we've seen Yimpat really capitalize on those opportunities, cutting off those A-rotating players that had to come back over.
Well, Yimpat gave an interview where he actually gave a lot of credit over to that Inferno win they had over Furia. Obviously mentioned the work that exertion did over in Banana, said he was having one of those games where we know he can just win us rounds and be a huge force, but he's credited the calling and the T side specifically on Inferno in that series, what allowed them to calm down and get comfortable into the semi-final. Second round bye for NAVI. They've got a FAMAS on Ima, MP9 on Wonderful, pistols and utility across the board. And Brolin's going to get stuck behind that smoke. Got to give credit to this MOUZ run where it's due. They came into this talking about that new style, a new philosophy, a new playbook Shuhei put together with Cyclone. Shuhei himself doing a lot of work with the various apparatus of the MOUZ staff to improve his in-game leading, his presence as a leader within these teams during big games. And it's paying dividends right out of the gate.
Shuey. Round long, first kill is on a Wonderful, goes back again. No, seconds even better from Shuey. We know these second round forces can prove an issue. We've seen MOUZ win a couple of these themselves yesterday against Furia, but they're not going to be slipping on the banana peel that NAVI lay out. It is a second round in a row here for the side of MOUZ. NAVI should save the 3 remaining weapons, and Kevlar in behind it. A decent start here for MOUZ already. I mean, this is a team that really have taken a big step at this event, a team that, having their own words, Yimpat in that interview you mentioned, they are no longer going to use the excuse of going missing on the big stage because they've gained more experience. They put a lot of hard work into sort of accomplishing their goals when it comes to these stage games, and we've seen them break through phase. We've seen them come back after slow starts on the stage game, and for the first time they've won 2 games at the IEM playoffs.
Yeah, it's been the first time they've been able to win 2 consecutively in any playoffs this year as well. So yeah, that kind of excuse, which I don't think they ever used it as an excuse. It was just a very noticeable outside trend of watching them in group stages versus the big stage. But obviously now with this kind of success, and as he mentioned, so much experience already for the players, yeah, that's not something they can lean on anymore as any kind of a crutch, and I don't think they want to. They've come into this event and these playoffs being very calm and very confident amongst each other. A 2-0 start. And things looking good in the early going for these grand finals for MOUZ.
A lot of support this week for Alexi Beer, as they call him, Biscella. He's been really loving the fan support that he's been getting here in Brazil. Would love to finally win an IEM trophy. 0-6 on that right now. We talk about their 6 finals in a row. There's not a whole lot of sixes that Alexi's going to be too happy about when it comes to those IEM Grand Finals.
I mean, look, you mentioned it as well. You called them the best team in the world and the most dominant team we've had in 2024. They've won the major. They've gone on this incredible streak of reaching the finals. They've won 3. They've lost 4 finals so far in 2024. It's been a wonderful year for them. No other team can match those kinds of accolades of what they've been able to achieve. And I think the wonderful thing about it for NAVI is just after they won the major, it was just no one really gave it, any kind of due. And, myself included, of just saying this is not replicable. Look at how they won this major. Individual stats were very, very low. It didn't look clean the whole way through. But Blade always kept a calm hand and always said, you know what, it's a roadmap. It's a process, and we're going to get there. Well, now in the second half of the year, they've gotten there. And this NAVI team is looking very, very strong, very scary. Not a whole lot of weak points to exploit.
JL, a weak point in this round, getting cleared by Shuei. Smack 10. They line up for this FAMAS, and a little bit of damage done for him. Onto Torsi, nearly takes him down. That would have been a way back in. Bomb plant still hasn't been confirmed yet, and IMA still having a look here. He denies that bomb plant through the smoke. Torsi gone, and now a problem arises for MOUZ entirely. All at the hands of IMA.
Well done from NAVI. MOUZ gets shocked. Good job collapsing, and that goes back. This team is so good at finding solutions in the mid-round. B-bomb site lost, you're on a low buy, you still manage to do enough damage to make the retake possible. And for how good Jimmy's been in the clutches, Bit doesn't give him any time to settle into this one. Pouncing on the follow-up contact and making sure NAVI close it out.
Didn't have a big FAMAS round pop it off on the bingo card for this grand final, but IMA making it work to perfection. NAVI not expected to win that round, but they collect it on the board. Everybody onto the rifles now on both sides. MOUZ will continue to purchase. I'm so intrigued as to how this banana fight is going to go down between JL and Exertion throughout this game. Exertion loses his health at the beginning of this round. He's down to 21.
That's going to be a fun head-to-head on this part of the map, especially because MOUZ is going to want to see if they can establish that kind of success from Exertion, just like they did against Furia. Able to get opening kills, able to pressure the bomb site so early in rounds. And JL's a big, big piece for NAVI that can put a stop to it.
They don't get the initial space they want in Banana, but look at the A presence. Yimpad in the apartments, brawling, clearing down Boiler. Got space now with MOUZ, and 55 seconds remaining in this round for the T side to play with. NAVI quite passive in their setup. No one anywhere near top Banana. They're just sitting back, spawning from CT spawn.
They're really content at this point to just hold on to utility. They're like, okay, MOUZ isn't really doing anything. They're not being aggressors, so we're happy to keep this smoke. If you look over at the defenders here at this B-bomb site for NAVI, JL still got a flashbang. Alexi's got a Molotov. When this hit comes in on the smoke fade, as soon as utility flies over, Alexi's already got the Molotov plan to drop in their pathing.
And Alexi moving into the site really strengthens this hold. JL in dark, Alexi B at first oranges, and here comes this final attack. 15 seconds. MOUZ moving through. Shuei at the front. Will he clear first oranges? He won't check that angle. And Alexi B getting a double as they finally ascend above his head. But with 5 seconds, they have to start planting right now. And they've just got enough time to get that bomb down. Shot through the smoke. It's all on Torsi, and he has been their best performing player at points throughout this playoffs. Now he's looking to get a 1v3 going. Very low health, very low chances. He'll move to the new box, and Wonderful walks into the open. NAVI will pull off the round.
And you could see the philosophy. You mentioned how passive they were playing. Even when the hit comes in, JL's not peeking off Alexi's contact. He's saying, okay, they're entering the bomb site. You're in a fight. There's 9 seconds left. Like, I'm fine just hanging out here. The time is an ally. And MOUZ not aggressive enough to put it on their side. Good double from Alexi as Brolin just drops in. Another time, just like the previous with the FAMAS through the smoke, NAVI's able to get tons of work done at this B bomb site in 2 very, very clean rounds.
Not enough money to get a full buyout here for MOUZ, so they're going to go for some upgraded pistols. Deagles, P250, Tech 9, a couple of flashes here on Torsi. You know they're capable of being deadly in scenarios like this, but is likely NAVI head into the lead.
We heard Shuei in the pre-game interview talk about the challenges of entering into this best-of-5 finals. They played the late semifinal last night. you know, you're a little bit tired after the series, prepping all day, and then you got to get done with it, and you got to start looking into a best of 5. Now, they do have, as we know, they have Xyp9x on the roster, obviously a huge major winner with the old Astralis, greatest team of all time, one of the best clutch players we've had. As an assistant coach, he's been putting in tons of work for this team from home, able to get some work done throughout the night so that when Cyclone and the boys wake up, they've got notes to look at and review.
4-play step for Navi. Wonderful did take his teammate a bit down, but he'll be happy to collect that. And yeah, I mean, a lot of comparisons being drawn between the Impact and Xyp9x, funny enough, in the same organization, but just seeing the amount of clutches that Impact's been able to collect in the playoffs and at this tournament in general has certainly earned him some of those comparisons.
I actually spoke with Xyp9x about that this morning.
Oh, yeah?
I sent him a little message. I was like, what's up, man? Is Impact the best clutcher we got in Counter-Strike ever since Prime Xyp9x? And he was just like, it's not even a question. Of course he is.
Of course.
And you're always going to say that about your boy, but it's hard to argue with the production Impact's got. Good trade, important trade from Bit deep down mid. Shuhei stuck in a spray. Bit's going to have to fall back.
Oh, missed shot.
And actually, they're going to pick up the pace. They won't be able to make it into Pit. That's a good Molotov to slow things down, but there's no chance he's getting any reinforcements. It's only get aggressive.
The aggression does not pay off from Bit. Valiant attempt, but 4v2 now for MOUZ. They're in a really comfortable spot. Alexi is all the way back at CT spawn. He's at Speedway, actually, at the moment.
It's a great realization and reaction from MOUZ. You get the kill down, you get the kill up middle from Shuhei, and then obviously you see Bits in middle. You get the kill on Wonderful over in Halls, and you realize Bits completely out of position. From where he got, there's not enough time to be in a good place to actually put a stop to you. And Wonderful, I think, is going to be a little bit frustrated missing that opening shot. That was the avenue MOUZ needed to access the A bomb site. And we're all tied up once again.
I think the best of 5 is a fun one to talk about when it comes to NAVI. A team that have openly talked about their struggles in best of 5s. They most recently lost one to G2. They got their win. They got their best of 5 win, but it was a pro league, right? It was in more of a comfortable studio environment. It was against a team that don't often get to the grand finals in Eternal Fire.
It was a very, very hot Eternal Fire that made an incredible run through ESL Pro League. Was looking incredibly sharp. The resurgence of Woxic, and yeah, they gave Navi a real test across that whole series, but had to have felt good for Navi to take it. Had to have felt good for Alexi B to be able to get a best of 5 trophy under his belt. His story with best of 5s is well known in his struggles. But at least they've gotten over that hump. It's a timeout used by MOUZ heading into round number 7.
See the intensity of some of the emotions already on display. A couple of rounds into the game, JL's already hitting the desk. Navi did have a few moments where maybe the emotions did get the better of them throughout the group stages. We got to listen into a lot of the comms and maybe some of that rough travel schedule getting to them.
It's been fun and impressive hearing those, because on one level I feel like Navi throughout this event, they've had the opposition that they faced to get to these grand finals, but it also feels like there is an extra element of playing against themselves and their own mentality and their own exhaustion. And it's been very cool to see a team try and work through that, and how obvious it is when we hear the comms, and then also have success through that kind of a situation.
I mean, that's what defines great teams. They always find a way, no matter if it's not going to plan.
All right, well, let's see Exertion. Let's see if he wants to flex here. Going to turn the corner. So good in this position. MOUZ want to activate him so they can rely on the kind of presence he has in Banana, and there's the first.
JL default, and Exertion, we know he doesn't slow down often. He's very comfortable in trying to work this B-bomb site. Bit of a gap there on the side of the smoke, but it will expand. But they get the information of the player inside of the site.
And that's the beauty of Exertion on Inferno and his play in Banana. Is obviously the kill is wonderful. It's an opening provided, but the pressure that he applies onto that B bomb site, forcing the early smoke out of Alexi B, making the B bomb site an option for MOUZ later in the round when they realize there's not enough utility to stall this all the way down to the clock. And MOUZ did this exact same thing against Furia just yesterday. We got that opening kill. We forced out an early piece of utility. Let's just group up and abuse this. Let's hit it, because he's going to want to hang on to this smoke a little bit longer. They have the opening they need.
Alexi smoking out towards top Banana, trying to slow them down, but MOUZ, they're going to go through it this time. Alexi needs to step up to the back of the site. It's one. Gets taken out by Shuhei. Swift response from the in-game leader on the other side, and unless a kill comes through that smoke, it's save time for Navi.
Yeah, they've already got the benefit of that smoke kill and smoke spam doing damage 2 times in this half. Not going to happen for a third quite yet. But just a nice, easy read and call from MOUZ. And once again, coming through that smoke, recognizing the window of opportunity means they have to force the issue. Here's that kill on JL. Exertion got a wide angle on him before he was prepared. And good utility usage from MOUZ as they bait the low HP Exertion on the entrance into the B bomb site. Fourth round as MOUZ take a lead.
Those best of fives can become marathons. This is the MOUZ pick of Inferno up first. Now, next is Dust2, NAVI's decision to go that.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on it. You want to talk about best of fives or NAVI? Listen to this as we take this time out to talk things over. Money's a little sketchy for NAVI. They have those 3 saved weapons, but they got to figure out how they want to work the remaining 2 players if they want to force up or have a weapon dropped over to them. NAVI, you know, yeah, best of fives haven't always been their best friend. They've had a very tough time with them. They played 6 teams in their finals across 2024, and all of them were top 6 teams. Eternal Fire's the only one out of it, but everyone after that is in the top 6 of teams in the world. Their grand finals, they aren't getting any kind of easy trophies, right? It's against the best teams in the world.
So there's a new challenge of beating a team within the top 5, the top 6, as you mentioned, right? That's the new challenge to NAVI. You've got your 1 BO5 win, but now I've got to do it against one of the top sides in the world.
We just keep moving the goalposts on them. After the major, it was like, all right, replicate it. I dare you.
You have to have a new goal, Jason, right? That's
true.
Something to keep working to.
Yeah, setting goals is an important thing. So NAVI decided to go with 2 MP9s on JL and Alexi. That allows them to pick up plenty of utility as those weapons are dropped over from teammates.
See what this AWP of Wonderful can do on the CT side. Towards you, I have his on T side, Inferno.
4-man start at the B bomb site, so they want to throw a different look at Exertion if he was able to get aggressive, is having more utility. Players rotating back now. MOUZ is picking up the pace.
They're going through it. They're going long side. Wonderful's off, ready to go. Bit slowed them down as Shui rounded that corner, and Wonderful's got another one. Out towards the balcony, and oh my god, that was close to impact. Emma will finish him off, and the round's done. MOUZ's acceleration ends up at a quick finish.
A quick finish and a convincing finish as well. 4 players survive for NAVI. We just touched on him having financial issues. Having 4 players survive would be absolutely beautiful. JL's all the way back by T-spawn right now, looking for a way to flank and shrink the map and find this last AWP in the hands of Torji, who's just going to try and save it for 54 seconds.
Yeah, it's a long save for the AWP.
I like the attempt from MOUZ, though. Throwing a different timing into it, trying to get up mid very, very quickly, trying to hit that wrap side as the rotation back from the B bomb site is hitting, and those defenders might not quite yet be prepared for the speed that they got up middle. But well handled from NAVI. Wonderful with his double kill.
I think it's especially impressive that we have MOUZ here in the final, considering the form that they were coming into this event with, right? There was conversation about Pro League. Are they going to be able to get 3 Pro Leagues in a row? And they had this really lackluster performance at that event. They started going out in group stages instead of always being the team that were unbeatable in them. And we started to wonder, is this MOUZ team starting to see a downward trend? And I think that conversation was still open here in Rio. They had the opening loss against Furia, but they started to pick up steam, and we started to see some of the impact of those playbook changes. And I think it's most impressive now in the playoffs that they've been able to come back from behind. And that's super impressive in the quarterfinal against Vitality. Then they dominate Furia in the most hostile environment they would have played in, and they silenced the crowd. They turned this arena into a library yesterday. And now in a grand final against NAVI in a best of 5. This could be graduation day.
Yeah, they had to cop some of that when they were standing out on the stage earlier. You could hear the crowd booing, specifically MOUZ.
Yeah, because you beat the hometown.
You spanked the hometown team quite the way MOUZ did, and yeah, you're going to catch some boos. It's all tied up at 4.
Torji does keep the AWP, so we'll have that to play with. 4 AKs around it, and Bit getting into the apartments. Now, the bedroom is heating up, and he spots out Brolin. Bit unable to get away because Yimpat was already up those stairs. So Bit down, first opening kill for MOUZ.
Almost had that timing. Might have spent a little extra second trying to chuck a grenade out to do a little bit more damage, and he'll be frustrated with that because it gave Yimpat the opportunity to eliminate him. No one's inside the A bomb site. Alexi's just rotating over, and that's going to be his job. It's Wonderful with the AWP. Are they going to peek before the smoke? Flash comes out.
Gets off the angle, gets back to safety. And we're worried about getting split, but Wonderful catches an opportunity. Looks out to the long side. Exertion's gone. He got a flash sent over the top as well, but he gets caught from balcony. Eventually, Impact comes out. And Alexi B, his fellow Finn, inside of the bomb site, looking to be the nuisance for this MOUZ attack. He's under pressure, but he's by buying time for his squad, and a second kill earned by Alexi B. No one's seen that coming. It's been a slow start to Inferno for JL, but has he got it in him? Goes through the smoke, Brolin's ready for that play, and MOUZ will push through.
Clever little trick from MOUZ with that smoke up on the balcony. Yimfat able to slide out the edge of it and take an angle. Wonderful's expecting the next fight to come down low at lane as they cross past the default box. And that angle from Yimfat takes him out. That's the support of Alexi that's meant to take attention away. MOUZ has showed a couple of times now on this T side. They want to attack Rap side. That's 2 rounds in a row. The fast-paced one this here, sending 2 players towards Rap. Wonderful's been able to handle it admirably. Yet the round here.
JL's hand. Oh my god, it's going to work out for Brolin. Now Alexi B, he's on alone on an island. There's nothing he can do about this. Brolin just keeps rolling, and that's the round. MOUZ are into B. NAVI don't have anything to work with. They have no money left, so they're going to save those 3 weapons over on the A bomb site. And if you're Yimfat, maybe you start to smell that blood in the water. Maybe you want to take some of these weapons away from NAVI.
Yeah, it might be time to pick it up a little bit. He's waiting for his teammates to make the decision of whether to hunt. His entire job at this point is to make sure nobody from NAVI is able to push down and take over these apartments that he's in. Make the hunt a little bit easier if you want to go for it. And it doesn't look like MOUZ is too motivated. Their money isn't exactly flowing at this point.
That's true. Exertions come over, and they're gonna hang around just in case an opportunity presents itself, but they're not going to force the issue. I think it's cool the game plan you're talking about. We're seeing MOUZ maybe focus a little bit more on long side, Rap side. In the previous game of Inferno we get to see against Vitality, it was a little bit more focused around Banana. The game plan, Exertion takes the initial attention, Impact cuts rotations and pressures on the lurk. It's been a little bit of a different plan today against NAVI.
Well, 2 difficulties that NAVI is going to have to face in these buy rounds, in these gun rounds. One of them, obviously, is the struggles of JL to open Inferno.
Well, that's disappointing. Well, it's not blue.
It's better than nothing.
But it is a UMP.
It is a UMP.
You probably won't use that.
Obviously, the struggles of JL to start Inferno means, maybe he loses some confidence. Maybe his aim doesn't feel sharp, so he wants to play a different style, take different angles. But that kind of mismatch there with Exertion, who started out very, very well taking over Banana. So NAVI, without a hard-hitting JL, is not going to be able to prevent that control from being given over to MOUZ.
Oh.
Good nade, good peek behind the MP9. Nice combo from NAVI.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was a great combo.
The other one is if this emphasis on Rap is going to be coming in, now Wonderful doesn't have an ult, so it's going to be much easier for MOUZ moving forward.
Wonderful under the porch. I mean, they've got a crossfire here. You can peek out if you're Ima. JL's there alongside of him, but it was only a USP that went down. Nothing worth talking about, but it's that kill that shall make this difference. Now, the AK of Bit, it can step up. He can be the difference in this round, and he has to be for NAVI. This is the only weapon worth talking about, and this guy is a machine. Bit gets another one, dropping Torsi down to 17 HP, and this round's on. NAVI have a chance for 5 off the back of Bit's AK. 3 kills in this round, and Torsi goes to the apartments.
This could be a nightmare for MOUZ. This would be 2 rounds. I don't know if I want to call this a low buy, but obviously a couple players with just pistols and no armor in this. They dropped one earlier to a low buy as well in round 3. So Bit and Alexi starting to put things together, and Bit with his low HP. Oh, they might have think.
Oh, wow, they might think he's going to be.
Well, if Alexi continues up in halls, he's going to find a free kill on Torji.
Oh, but the sound that you start to realize as Torsi would turn on this, but he doesn't look the right way. Alexi B tracks him into the apartments. Torsi was waiting for his moment to strike, but it never came. And that is a huge round from Bit. He had the AK-47, and NAVI had no real weapons around it. The initial hole was solid, but at the end, it was all Bit.
Really nice nade. How is Yimfat supposed to handle that fight? Couldn't see a damn thing. Yeah, Bit puts together a very nice round overall, saving the day for NAVI, putting him up to 5. And on the verge of tying things up into halftime, this round 12 is going to have a full buy from both teams. Ops on Wonderful and Torji.
Shuai at the front of the Banana attack this time. Exertion supporting him with utility. There's no peek. Shuai is taking damage on board. Oh, he's blinded. Oh, he starts to spam, but he doesn't hold it down. Important trade from Exertion. JL to fall after 1. But that smoke comes down at the perfect time. The flash comes through, though, and Exertion is released into the open. The rotation is now arriving of that extra Navi player, but Imma's about to get smoked out. So it does leave Alexi B at the mercy of the flash thrown in by Imma, and it works out perfectly because Exertion blinded, kill for Alexi, and it's stalled out here for MOUZ.
Cool idea for a play to set Exertion up like that, but it took a lot of time to come to fruition. Exertion in no man's land. It's susceptible to flashbangs the whole time and set up beautifully from CT spawn. MOUZ going to continue this pressure on the B bomb site, but Alexi, he's standing pat in the corner.
He's moved out
second
first
oranges.
Yep, back to the second. He's got a kill. Brolin, low HP, but important frag, and Torsi will chime in with one of his own. So those numbers once favored Navi. They're back in favor now of MOUZ as that bomb plant comes in. Wonderful and Bit will attempt this retake. They've got a little utility to play with. That grenade did not have the intended effect of blowing that smoke open.
Second one went back towards new boxes.
Torsi close. Shot chimed in. Bit's down and just wonderful. And with that AWP in hand, he will try to win this 1v3. Last round of this half, but he can't do it. And 7-5. Another strong Inferno T side for MOUZ, this time in the grand final.
Narrow lead for MOUZ, 7-5 heading into the second half. They just barely held on. NAVI had to steal a couple rounds away to keep this close, but it's just the first map. These two teams warming up into this grand final, testing each other, feeling each other out, seeing what each other are going to bring to the table. And for the moment, it's NAVI looking to have to dig themselves out of a small hole as their own T-side campaign begins on Inferno.
You got to see a couple of times there. JL going to be frustrated about his own first half performance, but that can change. It's a best of 5. It's a long game. Lots of moments for him to have his moment and strike.
And you know he will. After what we've seen from JL throughout this year, he's going to have a map. He's going to have a moment. It's a matter of time.
Perhaps on this T side of Inferno. Double setup around the back of the sandbags and Brolin to take the initial contact.
Flashbang coming from Alexi.
NAVI get ready to go up through Banana. Flash is coming through. Will it be effective? Oh, Brolin able to tuck away from it, but Exertion gets cleared out first. Now Brolin drops back. Will they predict Shuei? No, they will not check him. And the in-game leader stepping up with one. That Flash has blinded his next opponent, but he couldn't muster a second. Remember, Brolin's alive, but he's only got 1 health. And he has finally finished off, spammed down through the coffins. And we have Torzy and Yimpat left in an unwinnable situation here.
Yeah, Brolin would have come back to actually fight and help Shuei if he had more HP.
Yeah.
That initial gush he takes, yeah, dodges the flash, but takes a bullet to the dome for his troubles. Prevents him from being any line of support.
NAVI with that pistol win, though, are now just 1 round away from tying up this scoreline. It'll be intriguing to see if MOUZ decide to go for a force buy into this next, or do they just go for the full eco around these, or the Kevlar that they saved over.
I think they'll be buying in. We've seen them at times go for a save in the second round when they lose the pistol, but usually when they have a pretty damn good lead, usually when they have some rounds to play with, they just want to get to the gun round. Here, though, I think they'll challenge as NAVI are going to creep it closer. 6-7.
Strong start in the first half from Wonderful. Gone are the days where he consistently goes quiet in the playoff games. He's just been a star for the NAVI side.
Yeah, he's been a beast for them throughout these playoffs for some time now as well. He's really building into his own as an AWPer. And also, I mean, you can see the disparity of the lifestyle of the AWPer on Inferno. Torzy on that T side ends with, I think, 1, maybe 2 kills in the half. Wonderful's able to have a field day on the CT side, and that's going to be Torzy's task. We saw him. We know he likes to get frisky. Likes to take some deep peeks down mid. Likes to be really mobile around the map, so when Torzy gets the AWP out, this game is going to change. There is that second round buy from MOUZ, and they manage it well. 1 for 1 in middle to open things up.
Long range fights to that MP9 for Shuei. But it's the distraction that allowed his teammates to follow up with the opening. 4v4 established.
Hard thing is the utility. MOUZ is really relying on Brolin to be solo at the B bomb site. And there's no one outside of B. So he just smokes it right now. So this A defense is going to feel confident for the next 15 seconds. But they're making an information play. Just when NAVI's lining up and Torzy's got 3. And that leaves Jimpat on his own at this A site, catches JL in the air, and there's the second round conversion.
The thing you talked about at the start of this round, Torzy's lack of impact, lack of kills, opportunities in that first half.
And bangs them out.
He comes in with a 4K with a FAMAS. He's loving that one. He's laughing about that.
Yeah, beautiful sequence. Gets the trade to start out the round. There's a nice snap over to Boiler. And he takes so much away from NAVI.
Well, this combo of Yimpat and Torzy is so difficult to deal with in the playoffs so far. There was a moment yesterday where they broke Furia early on Nuke. That was kind of the moment for the rest of the game. It was the Torzy Yimpat recovery, the disadvantageous retake attempt. And that combo, the amount of firepower that they contain is just so scary. And that's something to keep an eye on today in this final versus NAVI.
I think this is going to be a frustrating, really frustrating map for NAVI when you think about the context of what they've had to deal with. Ooh, okay, you've got him pinned down behind the pillar. There it is. Shuei makes his run. Ima's going to give it up. But NAVI in the first half on defensive side, right? Like, yeah, they had to win like 2 kind of like low buys, you know, bringing in some pistols with safe rifles. But a lot of it is oh, Exertion took control of the B bomb site. Oh, he's applied pressure. Oh, we can do nothing. Now MOUZ have the bomb site. There were a lot of rounds where it probably felt for NAVI in the first half like they didn't even really get to play it.
Oh, okay. Well, Limau's short. Yimpat's gone, and he can get to play around here. Second chance. Huge. Yeah, they're coming out balcony. They're applying pressure on the pit, and Shuei has no teammates because they're all focused on other fights, but Shuei has done very well. And it's all sort of fallen apart until this. The Deagle and the Tech 9, they combine together, and suddenly a round opens up for NAVI. They're in the site, bomb down. Brolin and Exertion having to recover this one. It's going to be tough. Taking back this A bomb site. It's one of the more difficult things to achieve in Counter-Strike. At least they've got a kid on Brolin. They've got some utility. And there's a fight, won by Bit. Exertion no closer to winning this one. Bit is low. And he knows where the remaining player is up on the balcony, but Exertion's not getting the chances. He needs to get that kid back off his fallen teammate, and they peek him together. In the end, it's impossible. Exertion can't make it happen, and NAVI turned this round back in their favor.
IEM turns this round back in their favor. He's the one who stops this from spiraling out of control after the MOUZ second round. A beautiful opening deagle shot and puts together a complete performance across round 15. NAVI back within one, and we now descend into the scrappy, grimy force buy wars as these two teams trade rounds back and forth.
Torch has to go to a scout. 257s for Mass MP9. That's what MOUZ have to play with coming into round 16. This is a chance for NAVI to not only tie this game up, but very likely head into the lead if they convert this round victory. Torgy's going to go over towards B, hoping that his scout can make a difference over there if NAVI decide to attack.
Might take Brolin's flashbang and set Brolin and Exertion up for a push to top Banana. A re-clear in the mid-round. There's the smoke. They're coming through it. Nice shot from JL, blinded. And a 2-for-1 on the aggressive play from MOUZ, and this scout has no stopping power to hold off any hit. So NAVI gonna go pick up the bomb. They know they've got control towards B-bomb site and Banana.
They have no stopping power, but Torgy will attempt it nonetheless until he's forced back behind the CT smoke. On the end of the B bomb side, bomb makes it safely.
They should just concede this. Save these weapons for the next round, because this is NAVI winning 2 in a row and taking control of the economy. So MOUZ is going to be saving. Might as well use these some way in the next round and see if you can get something creative to start the round out in your favor. And maybe steal it away. But we're tied up at 8 in this opening map.
I mean, everybody's predicting a close final today. You look at these two teams, the way they've been performing, you're expecting this best of 5 to maybe go the distance, especially seeing close maps early on here. Two teams that I think it's quite hard to call. NAVI ripe for the taking is what Yanka was saying before this game started. They have been multiple times in finals to other squads.
They feel a lot of ways like very similar teams. Play strong, fundamental, team-based Counter-Strike. No crazy individual player that's going to pop off and just start doing his own thing and his amazing stuff and needs that crazy amount of space. Just different trajectories that they're on, right? NAVI's coming to the close of this massive grind of events that they've been on. JL's talked about it a number of times throughout the Rio event. We're exhausted. Maybe we're getting sick of each other. It's been a long time on the road at events, a lot of grand finals. MOUZ, on the other hand, are coming off a disappointing stretch in their season, revamping the playbook and building up into something that's looking really cool.
Yeah, they've got that hunger to get into these finals and challenge for the trophies. JL up through Banana, deals with the first and the second, no issue for JL. Torgy chimes in down middle. It's Imma to fall to that scout, but not really getting out of hand just yet for NAVI. But if Torgy can land another one, that would be the bomb. He's doing pretty decent work in terms of landing a shot, but they get past him. They get past the scope and the smoke used for Bit just to confirm the safety.
They'll be happy to take these engagements at the B-bomb site. Alexi's going to lead the way in. They heard the USP shooting towards CT spawn, but that's just a bait. It's all to set up Brolin, and he can't get the first, which means this round is done. NAVI's going to take the lead. Expected
result in this round, of course, given the fact that MOUZ just had no superior weapons to work with, and they're going to find themselves into the lead on Inferno on this T side.
It's their first lead since round 6. They had a 1-round advantage taken away from them. They're back in the driver's seat.
Yeah. That's a lot of shots, not a lot of them connecting.
It's nice though. They're giving him like a warm-up. It's like, you got the scout. Let's just warm you up for when the AWP comes in. He'll be perfectly dialed up.
Yeah, he's had some flicks in there. He's learned what he needs to do. So 9-2-8 scoreline. NAVI in the lead, and finally money back from MOUZ. So the end of that scrappy forcing.
That guy has got a lot of NAVI logos taped, tattooed to his face.
I want us to not let the foot off the gas, okay? I want them to keep them at that spot. I want us to pressure constantly with utility, pressuring, pushing, re-aggressing, all the time talking and having plans. They're going to be so afraid.
Shuhei just calmly getting the philosophy that he wants his team to play with. Disruptive with utility, aggressive. Not giving up anything for free, any space for free on this map. And Shuhei himself with Torji will get challenged here.
Already NAVI pouncing through top mid, although they have not checked Shuhei, and he's up first. Good double from the in-game leader. And now Torji steps out from the arches. Does not go NAVI's way. The acceleration through top mid is cancelled out in Yimfat from the pit, no problem.
Both teams have tried it. Both teams have tried that little acceleration to get up quick and attack towards the wrap side, and both teams have had obviously no success here for Navi. MOUZ as well. He was shut down by Wonderful. Good kill from JL. Now, he said he was going to have his moments.
Is this it? Yeah, difficult one, and he goes back to short. Brolin makes sure that he's unable to get anything going. It's got to feel good for MOUZ to return to a buy and immediately went around like that.
A convincing one. Still not able to get the AWP out into the map yet, though. And Wonderful didn't have one in this round for Navi, so nothing free for MOUZ to pick up either. So Torji still will be without the AWP, which gives Navi a window of opportunity to abuse the fact they don't have to worry about the weapon on the map. And a second timeout taken from Blade.
Wanted this timeout. Let's see what kind of money situation. Navi have plenty,
they got plenty of cash.
So the buy will just keep coming. Into the later stages of this opening map. Still pretty tepid. It feels like you're just feeling each other out at the moment. Equal game.
It's been a close affair all the way through. No crazy runs from either one side. Just back and forth the whole way through. Timeout comes to a close. Round 19 set to begin. Here's Shuhei's double. Never cleared by Alexi. He was going for pacing. And JL not enough space to work with in the post plant to build into any kind of a clutch.
So what? The timeout was able to net Navi. Yimut climbing up into the bedroom. Dodges the brunt of that grenade damage that was thrown out from Boiler. JL peeks around the half wall. If he peeks again, there's two more MOUZ players ready to go this time, and JL can't stop it. Brolin with a great opening fight, and they've taken top and out of control here, and they're not leaving. They want to park the bus. They want to maintain this for a moment. Now the pressure is coming through the apartments instead. Yimpat, usually so reliable. He goes down a bit this time. Bit with a second. And when things don't go well at B, you rely on Bit at A to open things up for Navi again.
A timing that Yimpat doesn't expect whatsoever. Good peek from Bit. That's his Bit. He wanted it back. Caught in the open, nade in hand. The bomb's still making its way in through the safety. But during this timing, there's a chance for MOUZ to get some kind of a foothold on this retake. But they're losing everyone.
Looks like they're about to slip and free fall to the ground. It's just exertion left. 1v3. He's close enough to want to give this a go. But it's going to be so tough. You got a player in the apartments you got to worry about, and that's Alexi B coming down the back of the Boiler, catches exertion looking the wrong way, and immediately out of the timeout into a round victory. Navi with 10, the first team to reach double figures, and that throws MOUZ's money into question.
What a great opening provided by Bit, and then obviously he descends into pit, and that open space fight, it's where he eats, it's his bread and butter. Good shot. As Yimfat just looking for a little bit of information, Torji bit off more than he could chew. And Navi put together a huge round. MOUZ don't have the money to invest. They have cash, but they don't want to put it all into this round. They want to wait for the next one, and that'll be the timing where Torji can bring out the AWP, and we'll see if fortunes change. And if you're MOUZ, they have to change going into that round, because Navi's knocking on the door of a map 1 victory.
MOUZ's map pick.
All the hype and excitement from MOUZ about how good their T-sides on Inferno have been. It's Navi's. That is the exclamation point in this map thus far. 5-2 in this second half since we've switched over, and not looking like they're going to slow down.
Another one from JL. Obviously no expected resistance from MOUZ in this round, but they have to win in regulation now, Jason. It's going to be 11-9 for Navi. If MOUZ want to win this, they've got to win all the remaining rounds. Otherwise, it'll be either bust or OT, and they've got to hope for it. Alexi B got that kill on Shuai. Exertion goes down through the smoke, and they keep it clean. There's no problems here for NAVI. It is an 11th, collected easily.
Well, we haven't quite seen the stopping power out of MOUZ.
No.
That's what they're hoping Torji can provide in the next round. It's all about this AWP. And then the question is, too, you haven't used it yet in this half. Do you want to open up with an aggressive peek? Do you want to just kind of play a standard, hold the angle, wait for an execute? There's options for Torji, but he's going to have to make a decision.
I mean, it reminds me of this game versus Vitality, where they had such a strong T side, but their CT side fell apart. They had a 10-2 scoreline, and there was a comeback coming through. Yimpat had to win every round that they needed to get the job done. One player had to step up and get all 3 remaining rounds for the side. We did not see a good CT side on Inferno from MOUZ. They're getting found out at the moment by NAVI, and we get deeper and deeper into this second half. This might just be the end of it.
That's the question. Was that game against Vitality a sign of a trend that's building up, or was it just an off game? And obviously here you look at this in the grand final, as you mentioned, yeah, starting to feel like it's something of a trend that the CT side struggles. Round 21. And MOUZ is going to have to do this the hard way because NAVI have so much money. There's so much cash on this T side that MOUZ is going to have to grind through, break down before you get any relief.
Alexi, all the way up. And a boost. I like this from JL. He's up on top. They line up. Oh, he jumps. But he sees that third player. He's got the info they need. They know that Exertion is committed. And damage being done. Fire at his feet. You retreat behind it, but this is already such a devastating start for NAVI, and they know because of the amount of players spotted at B, there has to be some space to play with, and they now see both players in the balcony. Emma could take both of these lives, and finally finished off by Yimpat. He had the awareness to check short, but couldn't stop Wonderful, and they now know the only player left was last spotted towards the B bomb site.
I think that second timeout from Blade was to tell Ema and Bit, like, guys, get active on the other side of the map. We can rely on JL to take some attention away, because we've seen these last 2 rounds, their plays from Bit, the peek and hauls to take out Yimpat and then expose the A-bomb site, and now this one where him and Ema are finding space to creep up that lane while all the B action is going down. They know that these defenders won't have any reinforcements, and if anything, one of them is shifted away.
I mean, the fact he sees 3 players starting B as well is amazing info to work with. It just frees up these players today even further, and as soon as that P comes in the apartments, you know both of the A players are on the balcony.
Yeah, and poor Torji, that's his round with the ult.
Yeah, that was it.
2 players die in Banana in the first 20 seconds, and then obviously by the time you get a second peek on somebody, he's already up lane and in your face, and you got no idea. So the ult never got going for MOUZ on this CT side, Inferno. And Navi's got 3 chances to close it out. And with that knowledge, Cyclone and MOUZ take their 3rd and final timeout to try and organize a plan to make a comeback happen. As you said, it can only be overtime.
We've seen no signs that they're capable of winning rounds put together, right? There's just been 2 sporadic round wins in the second half. They need a streak to get it into OT, and that just looks so incredibly unlikely at this point. Especially with the buy that they're going to bring to the table here. It's not the worst, but it's not pretty. You got 2 MP9s, a FAMAS, 2 premium rifles.
One of the nice things for NAVI in this game so far has been, we touched on the very quiet first half from JL, not able to find a whole lot of impact on his own CT side of Banana, dealing with Exertion. Well, he's come alive on this T side. He's done some beautiful things. 2 or 3 rounds, he's given them 1 to 2 openings in Banana, and that's worth its weight in gold.
Going into your map pick. With the map victory under your belt to kick off a best of 5. It'll be a lovely position for NAVI to find themselves in. Bit grabs the opening kill in the apartments. Exertion holding on to Banana for the time being. But Alexi V is relentless. He'll go forward, and Exertion stops him as well. So, slow start to this round for NAVI. They've got a damaged Bit and a 3v4 to have to try and recover from.
And if you're MOUZ, you're just like, thank God. You just watched Alexi and Exertion, or excuse me, Brolin and Exertion put up a stellar defense outside Banana. They'll move into the sandbags for when Ema and Wonderful want to turn the corner.
This is a tough setup to deal with, just with the elevation. You got 2 angles to worry about.
Bit's got a flashbang, but I don't think they want to wait. I think they want to hit on timing. Good shot, good trade. And that's the B-bomb site open for business. Torji and Yimpat on the rotation over. Bit's very, very low on HP. but he can play with the safety of Banana.
What a beautiful way to clear that obstacle that lay in front of them. And now NAVI look to close this map out. They look to finish off Inferno. MOUZ's map pick. That molly didn't go as deep as Wonderful would have liked, so he takes steps into the darkness instead, and bit low. Moving out with Banana, he's playing a little bit more proactive around this CT smoke. It's expanded into the open, and Torzy, he's now moving closer. Utility, the final piece is being put in place. Torzy's got the first, and Yimpat straight through that smoke. Bit will drop, and MOUZ stay alive. And not done yet. A couple more rounds needed, but that's the first step.
A desperate clutch. NAVI should be okay with that, though. A bummer you didn't win it out here. A nice setup countered by the flashbang. If Bit can hit that shot a little bit quicker, it's obviously a win. Struggled with it, turning back from away the flashbang. But now, if you're NAVI, you're like, it's okay. No reason for stress just yet. They won a round, but we killed 4 players. Their money is not good. Still no AWP you have to worry about in the start of these rounds.
And another chance to close for the side of NAVI. Alexi's throwing out the Molotov to top Banana. The initial skirmish of Utility goes down and no one taking Banana control till this point. NAVI finally sending a player forward. It's JL. Bit clearing apartments. The problem he's been on this side of the map. Maybe he's got one more round in him.
Here's a passive defense from MOUZ as well. They've just retaken top Banana for information, but looking over at the A bomb site, everyone's deep back into the bomb site, saving Utility, saving Molotov. They know Bit and IEM have been frisky on looking for some fights, usually based off the action that's happening in Banana, but now just not wanting to be in an advanced position that can get exposed and dealt with, and hoping that Navi's going to peek into them.
Well, Navi got the info that they've now taken top Banana back, and so that bomb no longer is staying fixated upon that B bomb side. It's coming back through middle. And an A finish being primed here for Navi with 45 seconds left in this round.
Xerxin just put down the smoke. At any point, does he want to take a jump? Are they going to risk anything at all? Brolin's only got a flashbang. 38 seconds. They can't do it yet. Here's the Utility.
The setup is strong here for MOUZ. You've got Yimpat in the pit, Shuei from the site, Torzy out long. Is this going to be enough to fend off this Navi attack as they attempt to close out Inferno? Yimpat barrage Utility heads towards his position. He's blinded as he goes into the open, but it's Torzy from the site with a double kill, and he's not alone. He's got Shuei beside him, and they look to play off one another to get this map going, to keep going for MOUZ. Imma around long though, that's the problem they've got to deal with, and they can't stop Imma. Brolin from Library, one quick kill, but it's JL, the living legend, and he can't close it here for NAVI. It's still going for MOUZ.
So close though. Look, I mean, just, yeah, that's shaky, wagging his finger, no way. But that was a very, very nice attempt at it. JL's brain just knows where to position himself, ignoring Xerxin coming up lane, sliding behind the box to isolate the fight. And if Xerxin doesn't go up and over, that might be a kill and a clutch for JL. But MOUZ coming back. They needed 3, they've got 2 of them. It all comes down to round 24. Navi's layers of attack. That late flank from IEM up rap side is wonderfully timed.
I mean, Xerxin denies the closing of Inferno in this moment.
But again, 4 kills one more time for Navi. So look at the money of MOUZ and what they can buy. Utility is good. They've got M4s. They have the salvaged AK-47. Yimpat's got to go down to an MP9, and he's playing that pit position. That's going to change the spots he can play to defend halls. Torzy's playing with the FAMAS. You've only got 1 kit if you get into a retake. So many details MOUZ have to keep track of. 12-11, final round of regulation. It's Navi with map 1 of these grand finals, where MOUZ has taken us to overtime.
What a beautiful start to the BO5 that would be. Rolling. Oh, he's going aggressive. JL low on HP. Again, it's the life of a Banana player. When you're in his role, you got to take damage at the start of these rounds. At least he's still standing.
Well, let's see if he wants to maintain aggression. If he's just like, you know what, screw it, I'm still going to do the same stuff, or if he feels like he has to play a new position. Now Navi moving in to start taking brackets control up middle. Bit in Boiler, IEM Halls, Wonderful, and Alexi this mid-ramp behind the Molotov. Torji, Shuhei, and Yimpat to defend with Brolin rotating over, so MOUZ have a good feel of what's coming next. And they know still that top banana has not been taken by NAVI.
Oh, Yimpat, he's going aggressive. Torji's forced into the open. Alexi B taking that away. Brolin's gone, and they've brought it so close, but is this the final moments of Inferno? Bit out of the balcony. It's another one, and that is the finishing blow. NAVI have come to play in this BO5 straight away. MOUZ's map pick will fall out of their fingers. They will have to bounce back going into NAVI's map pick. A 13-11 victory from the world #1. A solid T-side. Solutions found at crucial points, and finally it is closed. NAVI with the first blow in this best-of-5 final in the heart of Rio de Janeiro.
We're able to get the feel and the flow with an AWP. Going to be a huge priority for the MOUZ side. And pistol round is live. Utility for Alexi, flash, smoke, Molotov, smoke on Wonderful as well. A pair of flashes for Shuhei. Smoke kit on Torji is the utility both teams bring into it. It's an aggressive setup in middle and lower B. 4 players for MOUZ primed to handle any attack that comes.
Oh, nice shot from Torji. Just the second bullet landed too.
It's a pistol op.
Yeah, it really is at that kind of range. With that kind of finality, but NAVI bouncing back, getting 2 kills in an instant.
Yeah, but look at the damage done. Look at how weak the NAVI players are. This might feel uncomfortable if you're MOUZ in a 3v4, but there's some very softened up players. You can even this up very quickly. You can take a man advantage very quickly. So NAVI going to slow things down. Wait and see if there's going to be any kind of an information play for many of the extremities of the map. Torji is alone at the A bomb site. Shuhei and Yimpat doubled up at the B bomb site. And NAVI heading long.
Timing for Torji to look away. That's just allowed NAVI some space to work with out of the longhouse. Torji's got to come back, but there's going to be 3 targets on the other side. And now he has to try and retreat, but there's nowhere to go. He has to stand and fight, and he has no might to make that happen. He's taken out by the dual Berettas. The rotation's coming in from the B bomb side, but NAVI 2 players up, and they've got that mid player. They've got JL ready to cut off rotations.
They need to find him in low HP. If he doesn't get an instant headshot, this is a 1-bullet kill. Flashbang coming in, JL.
Oh, he's blinded, held back behind the Xbox. What? How has he pulled that off? JL, he should have gone down. He was dead to rights, but still while blinded, nails the headshot. And JL on the Xbox is about to get knocked out, but he still stands up. 1 HP. JL is unkillable.
That's got to feel good for JL after the opening half of Inferno that he had. Very quiet, getting started in the pistol round here. And the smart play to jump up on the boards to give yourself a headshot angle over the Xbox. That is nasty. Just got the most minimal vision back and sinks the shot. 1-0 for NAVI.
Well, forced by the classic MOUZ force after losing the pistol, right? You get Torji on the scout. We know how good he can be. But soften up opponents with that. The long take from Bid. It's a long-winded MAC-10 spray, but eventually does get the result he wants on Shuhei.
Well, Shuhei might be wondering why none of his teammates kind of swung with him during that engagement. It was a long, drawn-out spray of the MP9. They've got a bit of a trap with Brolin at Blue Bin, but NAVI handles it with ease.
Force Buy's dead. 2nd round in a row here for NAVI. And we talk about best of 5s, how difficult, how impossible it was for many years until Donk broke that record at his first professional event. But pulling off a reverse sweep in a best of 5 final, doesn't seem like anybody can do it. So if your MOUZ going down 0-2 against the #1 team in the world, your chances of winning this trophy and graduating on the stage here in Rio de Janeiro, they shrink. They shrink drastically.
It's a very difficult task, and they have a couple other things that shrink as well. If you want to talk about the Intel Grand Slam, MOUZ, they've got 2 notches of it. They've only got 2 chances remaining. So if they want to win it in Season 5 of the Intel Grand Slam, it's got to be a victory here in Rio. They've got to lift the trophy in Katowice, but that doesn't matter if they don't win here. NAVI, plenty of chances. Their first notch came at ESL Pro League Season 20 that just finished a couple weeks back.
Taking that crown of Pro League away from MOUZ, who held it for 2 seasons. Impact involved in one of those. He's going to save on to his Kevlar and Deagle.
That was a nice transition.
And the award for best cinematography goes to...
Yeah, it freaked my eyes out a little bit to start, but then I got into it.
Yeah. I started wondering, Jason, am I about to pass out?
Right, exactly. The colors are changing. Cute.
Well, MOUZ with no money. That's pretty sad for MOUZ. 3-0 start here for NAVI, very likely teed up.
Yeah, critically though, Torji saved 950 in that previous round buy. He's got 3350 right now, so he'll be able to have the AWP in the next round, saving enough money to be able to get that out with utility. Well, they've already done a round better than their previous time facing off against MOUZ on Dust2. That's got to be nice.
It's a step in the right direction,
right, you know,
I guess.
Hang on to anything positive.
Well, there's lots of positives now.
It's gonna be a tough CT side though for MOUZ. I know we've kind of talked about that last matchup. It was 11 to 1/2 for MOUZ on their CT side, but NAVI's not a team you really do that to twice, and I think even that scoreline might be a little bit deceptive because there were some close rounds, some good mid rounds that NAVI just ended up losing. But they've got a very good T-side Dust2. They love splitting this A bomb site, and they'll do it with different timings. Put the emphasis on catwalk one round, put the emphasis on long another round. They're going to challenge you at the B bomb site. They're not afraid with JL leading the way to bully that B bomb site, and look at him go.
Yeah, that's confidence building for JL. A player that probably needs it after that first map. Just get him into this. But a really slow opening half of Inferno. Definitely had his moments in the second half in particular. Really essential stuff being done in Banana on the T side, but JL being up 6-1 to kick off Dust2 is a recipe for success for NAVI.
One play I see NAVI do on this map that I think is always fun to watch is very quickly getting down mid and setting up wonderful with an AWP outside the double doors to peer into CT spawn, peer up the A ramp, and just see if you catch a defender snoozing, right? Shifting back from the A ramp to get a position to watch a mid to B split, you wander into an off crosshair. Take a little jiggle peek for information up at the bomb site railing, and you get picked off by an AWP. It can be frustrating, and it's a very fun way to see an AWPer try and go for a very aggressive play. Guns are out. Torji's AWP is out.
That's the key. We're talking about that to kick off Dust2. We know how important it's going to be. So this is our first look to see what Torji's going to do with SOP.
I mean, we don't get the AWP versus AWP battle anymore, but obviously if you go back to Inferno, Wonderful had a lot more impact. Beat out the AWPer of MOUZ Torji just in terms of impact he was able to have on the map. And Torji's going to have to look to match or do better here on Dust2.
MOUZ start with 4 players directed towards long, and Pit is going to be the nuisance they have to deal with time and time again. Well, he finds himself down low on health. He loses just under half of his health by that grenade. So he retreats out of the longhouse, and NAVI focus more on this mid-control. Imma going through the mid doors is something you talked about just round prior. They like to get down early mid and cause some problems. And some damage done to Brolin, but no kill yet.
This is cool. It's just the nice damage through the double doors. Imma brought very low. This is just the standard start from NAVI. They've taken that Xbox control. They've got a first step up on catwalk. Bit still waiting outside long. So if this turns into a catwalk hit, Bit's going to end up being alert. And he'll just slow play it. Hope the catwalk guys have enough success that can take attention away from long. Shuei's been pulled in towards middle by all this attention. NAVI still haven't yet picked where they want to go, but the bomb and JL starting to slide towards top B. 40 seconds.
3 players over towards B right now for MOUZ's defense. So
Alexi's gonna throw a catwalk fake, I believe, and they might be going out middle.
So he applies pressure. They go out mid-contact. Not spotted yet, but 3 players here for MOUZ is the best case scenario to defend this B bomb site. Torji's got eyes on the possible drop from Alexi, but it's all about Imma, and no success in terms of taking Shuei down first. Shuei hides behind the boxes. Into the open, he'll go. Torji chimed through the smoke, and now it's all falling apart for NAVI, but a couple of kills coming back. And if JL took that one at the window, they would have been back into the round, but not to be, as Alexi B goes down, and finally a round for MOUZ.
Beautiful start for MOUZ. That's exactly what you want out of your opening gun round. You pick up the AWP as well and pass that back to Torji, so he still got it. He got a kill through the smoke in that round with the AWP. But more than anything, the read from Shuei. Coming towards mid, not being unnerved by the fake on catwalk. Well prepared for the hit that came.
Bit this time supporting Wonderful. Okay, that's fast. NAVI are going to love that start to the round. Wonderful to remove Brolin. He's gone back mid.
That's a disgusting shot from Wonderful. What a flick on that cross. Takes the spawn and takes the advantage. Now the AWP slides into the duel. He's got that as well.
Yeah.
Just spotted the helmet over the smoke.
You said we don't get that AWP battle that often, but Dust2 is one of the maps where you do get that AWP head-to-head, in particular around middle, and Wonderful outmatches Torzi. It's a two-man start here for NAVI, picked off the back of Wonderful, and with that, they feel confident to move their pack up through short. Yeah. There's no one here from MOUZ spotting it.
Well, there's no one who has the bomb either. JL's fallen back from the B bomb site to pick that up, so
might need that.
A small miscue, but I think born of the success they've had. No real danger at the moment. Ima and Alexi going to get a deep glance toward. Now the question becomes, does Bit want to go up Catwalk or Long with the bomb? Because Long's not cleared.
No, he's going Cat. So he'll flash towards Shuei. Ima's got exertion moving through CT spawn. This round won't get out of hand. Shuei's going to get caught by JL, who was ever patiently waiting towards top middle. Shuei to fall. That's a problem for MOUZ. On their CT side of Inferno, they were unable to really string rounds together up until the end, where they were fighting for overtime. Another scenario here, they get their first round win and unable to turn it into 2 in a row. NAVI bounce back immediately. It's a 4-1 scoreline, and they are building a beautiful T-side on Dust2 already.
You can see how these NAVI players just have such a good feel of the kind of system that Blade and Alexi have set up and are calling. You can see it especially with guys like Bit and JL on this map who play the extremities, A long for Bit, B tunnels for JL. But when action is starting to move and their team is starting to commit to a catwalk play, a mid play, both those guys have their protocols of just where they sit to handle their responsibilities. JL in that round, they're not going to the B bomb site, so he becomes the guy that is responsible for the flank, for guys pushing up middle from the CT side, making sure the attack can't get wrapped upon. And he does it very well. It's a similar set of responsibility for Bit when NAVI will end up over at the B bomb site.
Oh, Ima taking a dink on board. A bucket of damage. Ooh. And a little chaotic towards top mid, but eventually recovered. Say recovered, but Brolin's got another kill. That grenade had to come in and stall things out. JL from lower tunnels, and NAVI take a lot of damage, but eventually to convert the round victory.
All right, MOUZ, we better get a stop. We better get a stop real quick. 1-5 going into this timeout. I think she got tired of being on camera.
Yeah, that was a long one. That's a smart play. Yeah. I like the cone he's got on his head.
It's like the sorting hat of traffic cones.
Interesting. Where do you even get one of those?
I have no idea. Round 7.
DHL sure deliver them.
Yeah, they will. You buy it, they deliver. All back in the hands of Torji. Navi's got plenty of money built up in reserve as well. In a very comfortable position, and Wonderful's going to take this long peek again. He's got the spawn one more time. There's the utility, and this time it's blind. No flick needed.
Once again, it's Wonderful to open up with 2 clean kills. Oh no, he's going to become a problem. He already is a problem. And MOUZ do not have the answers. They're now getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to push up mid.
This is cool, though. They found such a massive gap in this setup. Alexi's still watching for this turn of the corner. So heads up from NAVI. They know the weakness. They know where the weak spot is and how this round is playing out. Tough part for MOUZ, 3v5. It happens so quick. You've got like a minute and 25 seconds in this round that you've got to play with this disadvantage. And NAVI at the moment, with the fact they're staying quiet, aren't giving you any information. So you almost have to fight the urge to go find information for the time being, because you know NAVI's just waiting for your peak. But you're also motivated to try and even things up. So a gamble from MOUZ, stay at the A bomb site, all 3 defenders here. If NAVI goes to B, you call it a lost round.
Well, Torji, he is the player that must step up now. He's in the position to take first contact. The Hungarian, piece into the open, goes back. Oh God, he's stuck between 2 players, and he ends up with nothing. The impact again. Yet to see the impact that he was providing in the earlier playoff games. Hasn't had a moment to show up, and it's 6-1. NAVI have full control of this game right now.
Complete control of this game. And and it obviously helps when you've got an AWPer with the hot hand. Wonderful 2 rounds that we've seen so far, getting that opening long pick. First it was on Brolin a couple rounds ago. This one's blind onto Exertion, and Shuey just wants information. He just wants to see how many players have committed out. And Wonderful hits a very beautiful shot, calm and collected. Business as usual for NAVI.
You can start to see how comfortable they are in grand finals. 6 in a row. They're so acclimated to the stage setup, being in this environment, and now they've had a lot of runs at BO5s.
Also, you got to say, the speech, the conversation that NAVI has leading into this final this morning, this afternoon, had to have been so easy. Guys, this is our 6th one in a row. We've been on a long grind. We're exhausted. But forget about all of that for now. After this, we've got a break. We can go back, see the family. We can look at the demos. We can review anything we need to review. But for now, let's forget about the stress and win this trophy. Let's go home champions.
Get Alexi that IEM title. I mean, it's been the best year of his career so far. 1 title still eludes him. Intel Extreme Masters. Alexi dropping out of the tunnels, getting back to safety. He's under a little bit of pressure now, a little bit of scrutiny, but with that molly and bullets, it will be the perfect combo for Alexi B to knock 2 on their ass. Now it's Exertion from Car. Good kill on the 5-7. Unable to get a second out of it, just Shuey now, and he is so far away from making an impact here. He is long.
He's got a good timing on this flank, actually, at the end of the day. Oh, wonderful, just so aware of the possibility. Spots it out, dinked by the MP9. Double dinked, good burst. But it was always going to be a big ask for Shuey to win that.
Don't want to come into this BO5 MOUZ and just get blanked. So far, Dust2 has not arrived for them. They have not shown up, but they've got the AWP again for Torshi. But Wonderful, he is just being the only AWPer worth talking about so far, and it could happen again here. He's got eyes on the top of that smoke. Torshi's not going to go into the danger zone. He's going to drop back and instead look down towards the telephone pole. Brolin's got his blind spot, and it's worked out very well. Brolin's got the opening kill here for MOUZ.
Yeah, they needed it too. They needed a little bit of life to start this round out, give them an advantage. Now MOUZ can play things differently. They've been on the back foot trying to cover man down, 2-man down situations. Finally, they get to play with the lead.
Still crossing towards CT. Brolin's actually going aggressive. Look at this. Oh, the tunnel's push. JL. Is he going to have eyes on it at the right time? Nice peek from JL. And he knows where there's usually one, there has to be a second in support. And so he doesn't want to stick around because of the damage he took on board. He'll drop back. And Alexi's coming in from lower to help out. Bit's been sent in as the reinforcement. And Yimpat, he hasn't stuck around. He's now got eyes on the tunnels, but he has to drop back, and they're coming forward. This would be a big moment for Yimpat, but he is annihilated by Alexi B.
Shuey gets off the bomb. Oh, it just gets away. That would have been everything. That would have stalled the round. And Shuey's on the hunt. He feels like this is the best opportunity, but now he's away.
JL's waiting. Look at this. Oh, so patient, but Shuey checks it. Oh, Exertion's come back. And suddenly MOUZ back in with a shot at this round win.
Where does Wonderful plant himself with the AWP? Where can he get himself to? Good first kill, traded it off. Bit comes back into the smoke.
Oh, he's got checked. Torsi with a 6th sense. He decides to turn around. And as that smoke fades away, it reveals Bit at the doorway. And MOUZ come back into it. And you've got to say, the impact kill from Shuey, that one frag to find JL, allows him to get back into the round and obviously closed by the rest of the supporting cast.
And in tandem with Exertion's kill on the double boxes right outside the B entrance. So it just throws chaos into the NAVI post plant. This one right here, just around his teammate's body. Gap closes to 5, but we need a lot more of that from MOUZ. They've got a double AWP setup coming into this round, but it's a timeout from Blade, and we know how effective these can be. Blade timeout led to the final round victory on Inferno for NAVI to close out the map 13-11, prevent overtime. And here he's saying the same thing. We have a 7-2 lead. Let's not let them off the hook. Let's bury them even further.
Yeah, speaking directly to Alexi B, who did look like he was peering down the line of his squad. I think that's got to be a frustrating round to drop for NAVI. Even though they've had a strong start here, they were in a position to win that. And they let it slip, and Blade just wants to nip that in the bud immediately with a timeout here.
Well, they don't know about the double up just yet. One in the hands of Torji, the other in the hands of Brolin.
Both ops got eyes on mid. Okay, Bit just running out long. Exertion could not handle that. Oh, the head spotted for Wonderful, but just short enough.
This is 3 times now Navi's been able to find an opening kill at long. Oh, and then another build-up. The second time that there's been a follow-up kill in the first 20, 30 seconds of this round. And again, MOUZ have to play 3v5.
Double ops dead. Chewy and Impact coming back to cover off middle.
And once again, Torji has the unenviable task of having to hold on to the A bomb site alone. Shuei's actually creeping back to look towards Catwalk for the moment. But Navi have the entire map in the palm of their hands.
Get that lurk smoke thrown out B, but no one's committing through the tunnels. In fact, they're going to go back over towards short and finish on A. Now, this is the best case scenario for MOUZ. You got the AWP over here at long. Shuei's got himself into short. This is the best chance for MOUZ to win this round. And 45 seconds remaining. Navi haven't detected the in-game leader yet, but as soon as he peeks into the open, Wonderful, unaffected by that flash, chimes another shot in. 35 seconds, Navi 5 versus 2. Long spotted. Bit drop. Torsi tries to go massive, but the flick down onto the second player, not landing, and it's just Yimpat, and he's on the other side of the map.
You can see the potential in some of these rounds being recovered for MOUZ from time to time. The problem is they've just played so many at this disadvantage.
There's just been too many rounds where Navi get 5v3s. It's crazy how many times they've been able to do it, and you're right, it just comes off of those long picks into converting into a mid kill.
But look at the prep for Navi. They have such good protocols when they get into certain positions. Like they take Catwalk. They take Catwalk control at the corner, and they know that that's such a good place for a counterplay from the CT side. They know that that can be flash, peaked, harassed with utility, AWP deep, AWP close, whatever it might be. So once they take it and make their presence known in that part of the map, it's just pause and wait. And Wonderful's got his AWP just holding an angle. It makes for an easy opening for them to slide into the A bomb site, and this is nightmare scenario for MOUZ. 6-round deficit. Money is busted up and right on the edge. 2 players can buy, 3 players not so much. But then you look at the scoreboard and you're like, we kind of want to buy here.
As much as we talked about Alexi B in search of his IEM finally going his way, we talk about MOUZ, and they've had some decent runs in playoffs on the stage. They've had some great games, but they've never been able to win on the big stage in front of the masses. And that is the next step for this squad. And right now they're getting blanked in this BO5.
It does feel like this event, or like even the string of events has been like baby steps. Like first we saw them win a stage game, you know, a while back, and then we saw them get to the semifinals, and then you see them win a game, and then lose in the semifinals, and now they're in the grand finals. And it's just these baby steps.
But sometimes babies fall, Jason. They do fall over. And that could be happening right now. Navi is not the most amount of resistance going up against them. They've got long. And at range with the Deagle, and Exertion will not be favored to win these fights. He does land a body shot onto Wonderful, but look how close JL's getting now. He's got Bit in behind him. Smoke blows open. JL revealed, and Bit obviously with a headshot. What else could it be when it's Bit with the AK? It's Brolin and Yimpat stuck in middle. A round that will not even become competitive. It is 9 rounds for Navi in this half. There'll be 1 round left. MOUZ search for a third. It's going to be one hell of a T-side. At least they've had a few good T-sides at this event, but they have a lot of work to do.
Well, I mean, I think the problem too is, like, even if they have a good T-side, it's hard to imagine what they can overcome. Like, Wonderful's obviously at a crazy, crazy level right now on this map. You go over to that T side and think of the knowledge of having to attack into the B bomb site. It's JL and Bit that defend that particular part of the map, which is not an easy defense to crack.
No, it's a pretty picture.
It's about, at this moment, MOUZ is like, we're not even thinking about the T side yet. We got to think about getting this third round, this final round of the half. It has to be MOUZ's. They need that breathing room. They need that room to make mistakes and struggle in the second half. But Navi right now just inflicting pain. Taco still signing his autograph the same as he has for the past 10 years.
That's brand power right there. You know, none of this new minimalism. I like it from Taco. Tradition. Hopefully get to see him back. Tech9 switch to the AK for Lexi B. Gotta worry for a second, but it's Imma fighting down in middle. Brolin's gonna get caught, and Imma's left on 21 HP, but he'll take that. He'll take the damage for an opening kill.
There's not a single MOUZ player that has enjoyed this opening half on Dust2. Brolin 4-12, he'll end. Yimfat's the only one who's had a modicum of success, and he's just even at 8-8, and now he's gonna get pushed in.
Well, burning in the sight. Flash goes up. He has to use a smoke to keep himself alive for the time being. It has stalled out Navi, but that doesn't matter in the end because Bit and JL have another 2 kills. 4v2, a lot of time for Navi. They can just take a break, but Bit running long. Torshi landing that shot, but he needs to follow up, and he can't get it on Imma, who's actually wielding the sniper at this point.
Navi chose to evacuate away from the B bomb site so quickly and so convincingly that it just threw MOUZ's defense completely off, which is the story of this half. 10-2 in the favor of Navi. Domination on map 2 of these grand finals. Navi's showing their class in these grand finals. 10-2 opening half. It was domination from start to finish, and they are in pursuit this lineup of their first Intel Extreme Masters trophy here in Rio. And boy, do they have a good leg up on it. MOUZ, I don't even know what kind of a comeback you would need to make this work.
Something beyond special for MOUZ to come back into Dust2 here. For them, it's a good thing that it is a best of 5. They got Mirage to at least fall back on to make this competitive, but NAVI have destroyed them in this opening half. In middle. Picking up short. Exertion's going to move into position, but wonderful. He's not really slowing down, Jason. He's had an incredible map, and it doesn't slow down at all. Alexi's turned out long, and this is beautiful from NAVI. Another headshot. Imma and Wonderful chiming in, and Brolin is left alone. If you had a dream of a MOUZ comeback, that is gone. It is dead. It's 11-2. NAVI with a pistol, and they are pretty much done with Dust2.
Yeah, Dust2's over. Get it done with. Let's go to break. Let's get the next map loaded in. Let these guys
Mirage.
let these guys grab a banana. This one ain't happening for MOUZ.
No, I mean, this is actually a very similar performance that MOUZ were able to dish out against Furia yesterday, where they just didn't allow Furia into the game. They're on the receiving end of that now.
This is what it felt like.
How does that feel?
Not great. And again, MOUZ, like in a situation like this, I'm not even going to criticize it. They've gone for a full save. They're kind of conceding. NAVI getting up to 12, and in their heads, it's just you can't
give it your best go.
Can't possibly make this comeback without AK-47s, without rifles and utility. So no point in going down to the Tech 9s. But that means no mistakes for 10 rounds in a row.
Yeah. Just going down 0-2 in a best of 5, it's the death sentence. It often, well, it always pretty much has been in the arenas.
Very few reverse sweeps in best of 5.
One.
Yeah, very few.
And now I'm just playing football, I guess, so we'll enjoy that. Get as much server time as possible here on Dust2.
It's cool because Navi's like, let's not give them this time to chat. Let's actually get up in their face.
Let's just farm them, yeah. Let's get this over and done with.
Once they realize no one's doing anything, Navi's just like, nah, we have no sympathy.
Yeah, we're just gonna destroy you. Here's JL. Okay, yeah. I got a little excited for a moment, but JL just takes that kill.
I think he heard the crowd start to pick up.
He's like, they're gonna know.
I'm just gonna take this.
Map point for NAVI. About to go 2-0 up in this best of 5. We thought that this grand final would have more of an intense feeling. We thought MOUZ would be able to compete with NAVI, especially with some of the changes that we've seen from them coming into this event. The new strat book, the new playbook. It's been beautiful to watch. MOUZ have overcome a lot of their demons. They finally beat FaZe in the group stages. A team that they couldn't get past. They go down in the opening map of a quarterfinal. They pull it back versus Vitality. They destroy Furia on their home ground. But in this best of 5 versus NAVI, it has been silent from MOUZ.
They've checked a lot of boxes in this tournament that they haven't had previously. It just looks like they've checked their last one. This one is, this Dust2 is going to go away from them, and then it's that hard task of the comeback across the series. Imma to defend this catwalk play.
Alexi dropping Brolin. Imma's alongside of him. NAVI 2 kills away from confirming Dust2. Their map pick is almost in the bag. Alexi be at range. Oh, not exactly the cleanest from Alexi. Torsi burning the impact, clearing out Wonderful coming through CT spawn, and this map isn't over yet.
A bit much from Wonderful. I think he's got the ego of a 12-2 scoreline.
Well, Torsi, it's a clutch or it's over, and it is over. JL to lock in Dust2. NAVI go 2-0 up in this best of 5, and for Alexi B, he's starting to see the moment where he can walk to the front and finally call himself the Intel Extreme Masters champion. Start against Vitality. We know Mirage is usually their comfort ground, but there was a moment where they disappeared and they lost control of that map. They can't have the same performance here. A lot of utility on Brolin and Torsi.
And Brolin's on the other side of the map. He's over in Palace. Everyone else in the B bomb site, good early nade. Chunks Exertion down to 62. His entry when they eventually throw out the util is going to be important. Brolin's going to fall back to T-spawn when he realized there was no push in towards Palace. NAVI know what's coming, though.
And Alexi doesn't want any of that smoke, so he's going to drop back into the site. Now let's take a moment to pause.
Yeah, it's just a pump fake. They're going to go right back into it. They're hoping NAVI is under the assumption that MOUZ is going to be falling back, traversing through T-spawn to do a set piece towards the A bomb site. Nobody's really budging all that much. They have good control and information in middle, so Wonderful can spin and look to the B holes from Catwalk.
Here comes the attack. Wonderful. Getting peeked, getting taken down. It's a great opening here for MOUZ. Imma doing what he can. JL still alive at the side, and he's actually somehow evaded these bullets. He got behind them, but Yimpat turns for an essential kill. Another great shot from Imma. Knockout to short. He's alone now in this clutch, and they're all looking at him. So eventually the low HP should cost him. It's a not clean pistol at the end, but eventually MOUZ able to take it. They win the first round of Mirage.
It's scrappy. And you know, I'll say this to start out Mirage. Let's not worry about the quality of MOUZ's round wins. Let's not worry about these rounds that look disorganized, missed shots, scrappy. Let's just see them put those rounds on the board, because that's what MOUZ is thinking at this point. It's not the best day. We're not playing the best that we've done in this tournament at all. They need to just get rounds on the board, build some momentum, and the rest will follow it. But for now, as ugly as it is, who cares? MOUZ take a pistol, and NAVI save. No armor picked up for this NAVI side in round number 2, not looking to return after the pistol round loss. Imma, Eagle in the open, gets nothing done. And that's a bomb site access for MOUZ, and that's a second round for MOUZ.
Well, let's think about what was working against Fury yesterday at Mirage. And in particular, I felt like Brolin was able to get a lot of space, a lot of impact coming out of Palace. There was a ridiculous amount of rounds where he was finding impact out of that position. NAVI will have seen that, obviously, in preparation for this game. I'm sure Brolin will not be afforded the same kind of space he was getting against Furia.
Well, NAVI's done a good job of shutting down some of the power pieces of MOUZ in the first 2 maps of this series. Exertion outside of T-side Inferno hasn't really had a whole lot to say. Nobody had anything to say on Dust2. Torji still yet to get going with that AWP. He's going to be coming into this cold. Not even a single round of Torji's up that I can recall of note.
I do recall him going down to Wonderful in the AWP battles of Dust2. That's about it.
A positive note. I'll amend my statement.
No, I just remember that. I don't know if you do. Lay him up in the window. He's going to look down into the underpass.
And look at NAVI right now. They're grouping up 2 players coming towards Catwalk. Yet Imma and Bit over in window. JL at Con. It looked like they wanted to set up a little mid-round aggression piece to shut down mid. Instead, MOUZ is going to negate any of those ideas, so the defense is going to have to improvise.
Well, the defense has certainly improvised and come out on top of all of these situations. It's 3 players up for NAVI. The impact coming out of the apartments. Good kill it short onto Wonderful. A lot more needed, though. The impact loses it. Oh my god, he spun back. He somehow got Imma. And this low HP Finn is now into the attack. He's got his teammate Brolin trying to join him. And with that boost, Alexi B up on top, doing damage to Brolin. The impact now gone. It's all on the Swede, and he can't even get out of the window. That boosted position works out perfectly for Alexi B. Can see over the top of the smoke and stops any chance that Brolin had.
Yeah, good job from NAVI. And we'll see if that becomes a trend, if that's part of the game plan of this CT side. This little mid-round crunch where they feel like MOUZ is making progress down ramp, setting up a flash peek. That one's easy, but the Catwalk players streaming off. MOUZ, they have no idea where to look in middle. Good timing for NAVI to hit. Torji's op is in the field of play on the T side. He's going to be part of the crew in middle, trying to establish this control. It's fast through the cat smoke for Exertion, and there we go. There's an opening kill provided. A follow-up from Shuhei.
Yeah, great start to this round for MOUZ. Surely they converted 5 versus 3. With all the time that they've got to work with. An extra kill from Torji just to add the cherry on top.
Oh, look at this. Nicely done. And from Halls, Yimpat peeks out. MOUZ respond immediately. An emphatic punch in the face to NAVI. 3-1, convincing, no hiccups whatsoever. And maybe that could be the thing. Maybe this round right here where everything works. Everyone gets the exact fights they're looking for off the Exertion opening kill. Maybe we start seeing MOUZ get into a rhythm.
There's been no point in this series, obviously, where MOUZ have been able to have a streak of rounds. Even in the first map when it was close, it was very back and forth.
Yeah, the best they did was 5 of 7 rounds at one time. But it wasn't any kind of it wasn't 5 rounds straight.
Yeah, so this has the potential to turn into the best run of form for MOUZ in this final so far. About to go up to a 4-1 scoreline unless something disastrous happens.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that turns him from something very unclean into something beautiful from Shuai. Here, one tap out towards the window. Just 2 USPs now left for Navi. 4-1 confirmed.
These mid fights on Mirage are where I feel like I see Shuhei feel the most comfortable and confident in his individual skill. Those fights, for whatever reason, he's loving them. Good kill on a bit who had the hero M4, so he's going to drop down likely into an MP9 in this round. But everyone else from Navi has the rifles. Peace.
Love it. He just one bullets him. Op for Torzy. Let's see what the T-side opping can deliver for MOUZ. There's no other op on the other side, so at least Torzy does not have competition in that regard. Wonderful having to play with an M4 instead, due to the money. And Shuai, look at this, aggressive through the smoke in mid. Took some damage, got spotted by JL, who now throws the molly down to make sure that Exertion can't climb up onto that bench and fight him from short. Grenade blasts open the window smoke. Wonderful has to peek with it. It hasn't resulted in a kill here for Navi. A lot of attempts, and Ima, the player that's taking the most damage so far, he's under scrutiny inside a connector, but he gets himself behind the box, and the first fight goes down. It's Shuai and Exertion once again, opening MOUZ up with a 2-player advantage.
Navi tried to pull off that very same piece of aggression in middle, and this time MOUZ is ready for all of it, spamming to make sure nobody can get into position. The pacing in which Shuai dropped down middle and ran down middle really confused Navi's timing on when to pull the trigger, and they could never find the moment.
Wonderful waits around the corner, and Torzy's just on that side, and Wonderful peeks into him. He's got it back into a 2v2, and MOUZ started this round so comfortably, but it can quickly fall out of their hands. Oh, Alexi felt like he needed to win that one in connector, but Wonderful. Oh, he can do it, but he's so close yet so far. Shuai survives on 18 HP and is able to make sure that MOUZ capitalize.
Yeah, Shuai coming into Mirage like, if none of my star players are going to do it, I'll do it myself. Had the beautiful round in middle just previously, and this one is scrappy. Trying to find the trades as he goes. Finds JL on catwalk, and then turns to seal the deal on Wonderful.
And if Wonderful didn't take that damage earlier in the round, it was body shots that Shuai was landing. Wonderful very close to pulling that one off, but Shuai 9-3. What a hot start for the in-game leader. He's got an important role in this T side. Occupying mid. Impact. Ooh, needs to be careful. Lexi B walking towards him. He takes down his countryman.
Yeah, taking a big risk to set up the flash play with JL. It's a long path to walk. So deep smoke to stall things out. Deagle's picked up in an MP9 on bid again. So some stopping power, but with the man disadvantage not looking likely. Exertion gonna start flexing over in con.
Needs to be careful though. Emma can be sharp on this Deagle. Exertion spots out his target, unable to get past it. Wonderful! A second shot landed, this time to the chest. Eventually finished off by Shuai. We're looking at JL and Bit alone. 6th round almost guaranteed. And that shot, it certainly will be. JL, well, what can he do? How much can he get out of this MP9?
Look at how aware MOUZ is of the possibility, the potential, the spacing, so that...
Oh,
what?
Okay, JL. Still so many targets to collect, but that second kill out short is something ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you feel if he can get into some kind of safety, he might be able to build upon it, but a good job from Brolin with the way he was baiting his teammate up in holes. Intelligent baiting. Able to close down the round before it gets out of control. First timeout used by Navi. 5-round deficit.
And they've been great when they've had these timeouts, when Blaze had his say. Generally, we see that ship turned around. Things are going sour, and...
Oh, yeah, that'll make you happy.
It certainly will. Lots to celebrate out there.
What's yours is mine, right, babe?
Yeah, exactly.
Out of the timeout. Let's see what Navi have. Up on Wonderful. Plenty of utility.
All right, good job, guys. Very chaotic round. I love the precise communication there. Good job.
Shui's been doing this all event long.
Yeah, very complimentary to his teammates. When they do something well, even if it is a small detail, encourages them to keep it up. Exertion getting it towards connector. Wonderful. He's got eyes on the short walk at the moment. Exertion, you know how he likes to play. He likes to get around this bench, peek up into short, try and be a problem at window. There's the classic Brolin maneuver coming out of Palace. Unfortunately, it's just one this time, and it's not going to be able to put his team ahead. It's NAVI up into a 4v3, and you know that Exertion likes to get into the window. He's able to be shut down by Bit before it really gets out of hand.
Well, you will have known that NAVI have a page in their notes about that Halls play from Brolin. JL just calling out, I got MOUZ with me, make it one. Good nade, good utility work. And Torji stuck in the open for Alexi B to clean off. And out of a timeout, Navi's back to their winning ways.
Yeah, there's just so many adjustments they make out of these timeouts that you go from 0 stopping power on your defense to putting up your best round yet. Up in the hands of Wonderful. That could be a scary prospect for MOUZ to have to deal with. I mean, his Dust2 performance was lights out. He was the bane of their existence. The play they couldn't find the answer to.
And it's a cool setup for MOUZ that round. I gotta give him credit. I like the call a lot, that even though it goes against him. They've had so much success in middle, and then you call for that kind of surprising, shocking play. You think maybe there's a world NAVI put an extra body in middle, and Brolin can take advantage of it. Footstep made by Exertion, so Ima knows one's in con.
Oh my god, okay, Exertion's not going to be happy about that. Smoke blows open, JL chimes in from ladder room. Much better over the last 2 rounds here for NAVI. Torji will hop up that ladder with a kill on the AWP, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Plenty of time, but that shot, ooh, should have chimed in for Wonderful, a missed opportunity. And now he's under a little bit more pressure because he's got to worry about short. Flash getting set up. Unable to capitalize even on that second time of asking, but eventually it all falls to Yimpat. He's got a second kill in him, but does he have more? He's been so clutch in this tournament so far, but this would be a step up. Player at short, Alexi B takes a breather. He's given an arm. He's given a chance, but Yimpat can't take it. And then the peek comes in, Alexi B to close him out, and they don't let Yimpat get into it.
Really good job from Alexi, playing that very smart, waiting to take his peek. He had his teammate Ima on catwalk, making sure that Yimpat couldn't cross into him. But you're right, this is much better from NAVI. Not as many bodies straight up to handle middle, but even with the few they're putting in there, JL and ladder room the past 2 rounds in a row, they're making it costly for MOUZ to get control in mid, to get control and space up catwalk. And now NAVI have taken the money and the weapons away from MOUZ. They sit back with no armor.
And they brought out their chisel, finally able to chip away at it. And they're seeing some results. 4th round teed up for NAVI. And I don't know what they're doing there with the banana, Yimmy, but yeah. You enjoy that banana.
I wonder if he knows the camera's on him.
Probably. I mean, nothing else exciting's happening. I guess that's...
Yeah.
He's like, I know what I can do.
He's like, if I spray this banana on the wall...
Everyone's going to want to see the banana.
They're definitely going to spectate. All right, so goal for MOUZ is bomb plant. 3 players in holes. They've got no flashes or smokes to help get out. Thankfully, they have a pretty forgiving defense to go up against. Bit playing solo back at Ticket. Now, this is probably not going to be a round win for MOUZ, but if they can get out and get the plant, that counts as a victory. And unfortunately,
that's a dead dream.
It's over now.
Yeah, it is well and truly over. A flawless round from NAVI. They will celebrate it like it was a gun round as they now move forward to 4. Money returns for MOUZ. They kept around $2,000 average in the previous round. That means they can get the AWP out here for Torji. It's got to start making a difference. Initially, a very strong start for MOUZ, but you know that NAVI are capable of coming back into this game very quickly, and we are watching that happen before our very eyes. MOUZ would round this half out. A great opportunity for 8 rounds, but 7 at a minimum. Limit shots from Wonderful. In previous rounds of his AWP, it has mainly been the rifles doing the heavy lifting over the last couple, but you know eventually.
Yeah, he used all his power on Dust2. It's got to recharge a little bit.
Let's take a breather.
Tons of smokes and utility down in middle at the moment. Shuhei, Yimpat, and Torji just starting to make their move. Smoke clears. Quick shot from Wonderful, but doesn't land. And around the smoke, Ema, he's been spotted. Oh, ho, ho.
Great start for MOUZ. Another 5 versus 3. This is what was working for them earlier in this half when they were getting such clean openings. And a return to the guns and a return to winning ways for MOUZ as 7th round is collected. Just Alexi to prevent that clean sheet. He'll take Shuhei out. It won't be 5 players staying up for NAVI in this round, and they know where he is, so...
Nice adaptations from both teams, though, throughout this half. You can see MOUZ this time. Through some of the faster pacings, NAVI was able to pick them off one by one without any real ability for a trade. MOUZ slowed down the speed of which they take mid-control. And they do it cautiously, they do it as a group, and they're able to find 3 picks. And again, without going fast, without when you're making progress, NAVI have no clue when it's time for them to really pounce. And everyone just gets lured into a fight that's disadvantageous.
Last turn of the half, NAVI's money not fully broken. They'll still come to this battle. And JL sprinting into the underpass. It's a great opening. It's fantastic. There's a risk involved, sure. And Yimpat's coming in to try and trade out JL before he's being fully able to retreat. But that smoke is going to keep JL alive. And in fact, he even has a pathway to get back into connector and stay up completely.
Yeah, and a little last glimpse, jumping on the bench and looking over the smoke and saying, mid looks clear. No one's walking up catwalk. They can be here, but I see nothing for the moment. See no evil here, speak no evil. Molotov in towards the van. They'll trade.
The bomb is making its way back over towards A. Now, Brolin's still in Palace waiting for his time to strike. He's going to have some teammates coming with him. Torji and Shuhei will go through the ramp, and Yimpat's a long way off.
This might be his best chance to have impact on a round, because either they've been taking mid and just destroying it so much that the round's done with, or they themselves have gotten destroyed to the point where there's no ability for them to audible into a play towards the A site. So Brolin, this might be the only round where he's thinking in his head, I can have a huge influence on how this plays out.
JL, he's got Wonderful beside him and bit within the bomb site. Great utility to force Brolin back. They've kept him pinned in the Palace. 35 seconds. MOUZ begin to go. They realize they've got to go now. Straight into the open. Big caught by perfect flashbang. He still gets away with 1 kill. Trades quick from Brolin out of Palace. But a 4v3, numbers still side with NAVI, but that can quickly go the other way.
Especially with the smokes down. Here they're going to try.
Bombs down. Bombs down.
Yep.
It's right in the open. They've got to get that back, and that's a problem here for MOUZ. With 15 seconds left, they've got to pick up the bomb and get it to the site. And Emma realizes he can be disrupted. Brolin taking damage on board, but still standing as he recovers that bomb, but it's all about the plant. Wonderful, not peeking, not able to deny, and it's all on Emma now. 1v2 as MOUZ look to round out this first half with an 8-4 scoreline. And Emma looks to deny. First kill's good on Yimpat. Brolin so low.
Good reposition, though. Really good reposition from Brolin. Ema will have no idea he's made it out of the bomb site.
Yeah, he's still paranoid about triple. Thinks that Brolin has to be pinned behind there, but Brolin's got out of there. Surely it clicks in Emma's head soon. Eventually, when he clears out the site, that he must have got towards CT, but no. He's still looking at triple, and Brolin doesn't buy it. He doesn't buy the defuse. Emma runs right into him, and Brolin closes. 8-4. MOUZ with some life in this final yet.
the all-familiar home of Mirage, MOUZ is showing that he's still got some fight left in him. Up 8-4 at halftime, refusing to be blanked in this grand final. Looking to take their first map of this series and embark upon a very long comeback to see if they can end up stealing this trophy away right from beneath NAVI's noses.
4 rounds is what NAVI were able to muster from their defense. They now move to the T side with only 4 rounds to work with. Let's see what they can do with a pistol round.
Look, we were wondering about, like, think back to the first map, right? It was a wonderful T-side from MOUZ. They were very happy about it. They have that again on Mirage. But NAVI came back on that opening map of this series and showed they've got an even better T-side. So if you're MOUZ, you cannot rest back. It wasn't good enough to take a single round off. Look at the trades in middle. And Bit, he just ran out of ammunition. Almost had another chance, though.
Torzy's just landing shot after shot. That's a 4K from Torzy. He's just killed everybody in middle, and suddenly it's only JL. And he's sprinting it away, making sure that Torzy's not able to get this ace.
He's actually got a sick timing on this. I don't think they don't realize he crossed into the bomb site. Torzy might have heard a little footstep.
He's coming back to check it. Now he sees him. JL spotted. No longer does he have that element of surprise. And Torzy down below. He's got all 5. He'll celebrate that one because he just lands every single headshot.
Beautiful, Torzy. Now that's a memorable round.
Oh,
it hasn't been with the AWP. It's with the pistol, 9-4. Torzy just trading every single frag that comes out. Oh.
Yeah, nice clean shot at the end, too. Brolin, one of the more stoic teammates to celebrate with, but Torzy, he had fun. That's a great personal achievement for him.
Look, MOUZ hasn't had a whole lot of those big moments or big rounds or individual performances to really celebrate, so I mean, it's nice to have that, but for the rest of us in the back of our minds, it's like, well, it's still a long series for MOUZ.
Yeah, even if you get through Mirage, you have Ancient up next.
For them, it's one map at a time. For us, it's like, yeah, take the celebration, but give us more.
NAVI, no buy in this round, just Glocks. We got Deagle here for wonderful, but the 10th round queued up.
Chance for Alexi to just have a conversation because the comeback begins in the next round, and he's making sure this first gun round that NAVI brings to the table, everyone's on the same page, ready to go.
Yeah, we see him make use of these full ecos in the group stages just to have a more in-depth conversation. Oh, now it's the sign to go. They got the clean entry on the impact, but don't count out Exertion. Out from short, blasted away by the Deagle, and the bomb plant is huge here for NAVI.
Yeah, and this Deagle can give him one more. Okay, Alexi's gone down now, not able to recover any of the weapons. But yeah, bomb plant is wonderful. 2 kills on to boot as well.
I mean, they weren't expecting that.
No, also, I don't know if I've ever seen Yimpat run down like that by an unarmored Glock, ever.
Yeah. I mean, he's just such a good B anchor. You really see him step up almost every single time they come his way. He is human after all.
Ema just gave him 5 dinks to the dome.
He gave him the beans.
10-4 and a timeout used by NAVI. So after the chat from Alexi, it's a chat from Blade. And burning a timeout early just because of the scoreline. 6-round deficit. Blade doing what he can to get NAVI to start storming back into this 3rd map.
We've seen improvements almost every time out of these timeouts, even in that first half. Blake calls a timeout. NAVI with a few extra rounds in the first half. They weren't able to keep it going, but there was an obvious improvement. Let's see what their T-side first gun round looks like here. AK's on all 5. No AWP in sight for the hands of Wonderful. They have a quieter game individually from everyone at the moment for NAVI. The fragging output has not quite been there, but maybe this is where they turn that tide. Torzy in the window. Eats that grenade up, or that smoke. Lets it hit off his body.
Very tentative opening to the round from NAVI, staying far away from all the utility raining in. Just now stepping up with the nades, and the Molotovs have been used by MOUZ. Bomb has shifted back to the A bomb site, joining up with JL at the base of the ramp. So you have to imagine Ema gonna work con. This hit at the A bomb site, Alexi likely to just lurk.
Shui is worried about that lower player. He knows there's one in the underpass. He even was not too far off damaging Alexi P. But NAVI now under a minute left. Bit pounces out of Palace. That is 1-6 shot from Bit, but he's traded. And Brolin's stuck in the sandwich. They know they got to deal with him, and he nearly clicks up. He nearly gets away with that. But JL and Alexi B combining. NAVI crash down upon the MOUZ defense. It's a strong opening gun rounds here from NAVI. Impact picks up the M4.
It's the danger of a player playing in the cubby like that. It feels like such a strong angle to watch Halls, but he doesn't want to give away his position. There's also a hunt here. JL's already come back. Low at HP, missed the shot. So Impact likely going to survive. NAVI shouldn't be very motivated to try and hunt this gun down. Not enough money built up yet, as this is their first round win of the second half.
Great opening from Bit. Follow-ups from JL were sublime.
There might be a timeout in this round from MOUZ. If I look at their money right now, I think they might want to have an extended chat about how exactly they want to do this. Impact cannot afford to drop over an M4. Exertion and Shuhei both at 1,500, but Torji had money for the AWP, and that'll be the turning point.
Looks like they've been pretty decisive in what they want to do with it, so not timeout coming out for MOUZ. It's going to be the AWP for Torji. They're going to buy rifles around it. They're going to throw what they can into the mix here.
Yeah, but Torji's glass cannon. No armor behind this whatsoever.
Well, it better work out.
This time, NAVI take mid control decisively right out of the gate. They've swung very wide. That AWP without armor is going to be positioned relatively safely back at the ticket booth at the A bomb site to play retake.
If MOUZ lose this round and they don't save any players, this could be Navi's ticket back into this game.
Yep, this is a very, very critical round for both teams. This decides whether this comeback continues or whether MOUZ is just going to march towards that third map victory. No money on NAVI either. Losing team is going to have to drop down and take an eco round.
Smoke into the window. JL's going to push through underpass. Alexi B out top mid with him. Putting the utility in place for the A site again. NAVI look to try and attack this A bomb site with 3, and JL freed up. Oh, both mid players have died in a second, and now they can focus entirely on this A play. They don't have to worry about mid. They don't have to worry about anything else because NAVI's final 3 players attempting to break through this A site. And so far, so good, and it just keeps getting better. It's wonderful 1v5. Got a headshot on the first. Second is sick. And he's a little bit more than that. A lot more than that, and he's not relevant rounds for MOUZ. The risk to invest pays off.
That really does. Torji even doing a little bit of damage, and now he can pick up armor. You got to invest in head armor now if you're MOUZ, because you know the weapons are going to be busted for NAVI, and with this scoreline, with the 6-round deficit at 5-11, NAVI choosing to just buy with whatever they possibly can. 2 AK-47s, 3 upgraded pistols.
Magic. MOUZ alive again. Double AKs for NAVI in this round. Ima and Bit carrying those. Everybody else on upgraded pistols. And one of those AKs dead very early on into the round. Torji chiming in from ladder room.
Yeah, Lexi's going to have to try and recover that. Maybe a little bit nervous due to the AWP. Bit's holding his nerve. It looked like he wanted to get involved in the action. Held back for the moment. He's paired up with Wonderful, who has the bomb. Bit loves these fights. Open space peaks, but this time he can't land the headshot. Brolin wins out. And MOUZ in a 5-on-3.
Wonderful couldn't commit too far to try and get that weapon back either because he did have the bomb in his possession.
I mean, it seems obvious this round is pretty lost for NAVI. They feel like they didn't have the resources to do anything team-based, take control, try and get the defense to move. Everything's been individual. And both AKs dropped in their respective fights.
Look how disciplined MOUZ are as well. They're not giving them any of these easy 1v1 fights. They're not giving them any openings back into a round like this. If NAVI are to fight back into this round, they've got to earn it. They've got to push themselves forward into this battle. And Alexi B's got one. Now, Wonderful has picked up that AK. He waited all round long to finally come out of ramp. But with 30 seconds left, how much can they really do? And the answer is nothing. 12 rounds for MOUZ. Map point on Mirage. been a tough best of 5 so far, but finally MOUZ about to break through with a map victory.
And dominant enough, I think, to help them forget about Dust2, right? Dominant enough to get that out of the equation, out of their minds, moving forward. And the conversation after this for MOUZ is going to be like, now the finals truly start. You know, we feel like we probably haven't been there. We had Inferno in our hands, lost that, destroyed on Dust2, but now the finals can truly begin. Because MOUZ have allowed Mirage to get them some confidence, get them some rhythm, and give them the feeling back of being able to beat NAVI.
Gel got the opening over towards ramp. Looked like Exertion was about to get the trade kill in top mid, but wasn't successful in his endeavors. And Yimpat's aggression, that certainly will be successful. Immo to fall in the apartments.
And now this is the follow-up play that's just brutal for NAVI. Exertion pushing up the stairs at the moment. That frees up Yimpat to move towards Catwalk to rotate back towards the A bomb site. Exertion has just basically cut the map in half.
Well, we know how powerful this position can be. We've seen it in the past. Exertion about to clear though. Oh, that's one hell of a clear from Bit. Yeah, I didn't really expect that.
Now it gets awkward. They got to shift back a little bit, make up for lost ground. MOUZ, no idea what's happening on the map. Shuei playing inside the A bomb site. Torji and Yimpat playing together over at the B site, but eventually Torji's gonna have to take his gaze away. And NAVI picking exactly what their final move is gonna be.
One player on ramp here, Shuei. He's not gonna see them coming his way because instead, NAVI have elected to go Palace.
The information that Shuei's gathering doesn't matter much because he knows there's a second avenue behind him, which NAVI is taking, but it's given him safety. If they come out halls, he can bide his time.
This suddenly becomes a really strong position because you've got cover and no one to worry about from behind. Now, he doesn't realize there's no one coming from that angle, but if he spots the remaining forces of NAVI, Shuei could do some damage here.
Hard thing is Torji and Yimpat are so far away on the rotates, and you've got JL lurking in mid with an AK-47. He won't commit himself to the bomb site or up con.
Alexi's going to clear it. Alexi's going to have a look. What a shot!
And that's it. MOUZ have to back away. No point in risking these weapons or the money.
NAVI find a way to stay alive. At least for a round longer. JL's on the hunt though. Through the apartments, Yimpat. He knows where he'll be found. Yimpat's playing at the van. Let's peek up into the apartments. JL's going to lose his life. Yimpat will hang on to the AK-47. Torji the sniper. At least that's carried over.
Yeah, and it still hurts a lot. And I mean, NAVI doesn't exactly have the money to go for those kinds of hunts, but they're basically just saying we're down so much that one of the ways we get back into this is taking the economy away. So it's worth the risk of that hunt to try and take out one extra weapon, force one extra rebuy, so we can get that relief a little bit earlier and try and close this gap. This might have been the round-winning kill. Good clear from Bit, good peek. That one secures it. And MOUZ still have 6 chances to close out Mirage and take us to Ancient.
Torsi, initial damage is done to him by utility. He'll do one better. Dropping to Lexi B to kick off this round. MOUZ with a 5v4 to try and convert to close out this map. And that is another step in the right direction. Kill after kill, moment after moment. MOUZ are back. Finally a map victory in this BO5. Still so much to go, but at least they don't get blanked. At least it is not the 3-0 inside of this arena. JL will go through the formality of playing out this round, but MOUZ know they have closed this 13-6. They can always rely on Mirage. MOUZ find a way through in the final. One map added to their tally.
You're hyping yourself up at the moment because Ancient feels like the perfect place for you to end it. It's always been a strong map for them, a good map for them ever since the Copenhagen Major. And they come into this and say, this might be the best chance. Last 2 maps remaining. Ancient now, and if MOUZ win it, we go on to Nuke. And NAVI wants this win right here. Yimpat against the corner has 1, and that stalls Na'Vi out, forces them to look elsewhere.
Oh, that's a backward tracking shot from IEM. Exertion able to come back in with those dual Berettas, but needs a little bit more than what he's already been able to pick up. And a double peek just about gets away from that around the corner before the impact comes in. But speaking of, here comes Bit out of a main. Shuai caught. The impact inside of the donut lines up two. Bit still fighting, but he's alone. He's got a 3K that he needs to tee up. He's got the first headshot. It's Exertion wildly swings in towards him, but he's got two targets, both in donut. This would be unbelievable if Bit is able to pull this off. He gets back in, Brolin offers himself up first, and they peek him together. Eventually, MOUZ will win this pistol round.
Caught that double swing at a really nice timing where Bit didn't have any room to slide left or right, had to back up to try and get into safety, and just not enough time or space. What a pistol round from Yimpat. 3 kills for him. Hiding in donut and shutting down Na'Vi every time they attempt to break through. Smoke takes Wonderful's attention away. And Yimpat just delivers the goods each and every time. Pistol round for MOUZ.
You spoke about a checklist earlier on, Jason. You said MOUZ may have just already ticked off their final box. Well, a reverse sweep at a best-of-5 final, that's a box that not many teams have been able to complete. So
no,
that would be something special for MOUZ.
It absolutely would be an event of special things, obviously. I mean, winning 2 playoff games for the first time this year. Taking down FaZe finally, as that rivalry's been very one-sided. Torji's got a ton of targets, can only get 1, does good damage. Ooh, stalled out on the bomb plant by a teammate jumping in. Molotov coming down. He hasn't stuck, and it's burning, but Alexi's going to get the plant at the very least. Yimpat with another great triple kill.
Molly never spread to Lexi, so Na'Vi will take that bomb plant. Obviously, the round is comfortably in control of MOUZ at this point. A bomb plant, though, gives Na'Vi extra cash to play with going into this first gun round. There's a player in particular I really love watching on this map for Na'Vi, and it's IEM. I think he's just so good in mid. I think he's such a problem for so many teams. IEM can just be almost unstoppable when he gets aggressive around the elbow. When he has to play passive and donut, he's so good for a multi-kill there. He's just such a special player in this position.
Yeah, he's good at finding timings to go for a more aggressive lurk, timings of when to stay passive. This time it looks like he might just lead the way a little bit aggressively, but he tucks himself into the corner. Bit was with him. Looks like they want to go for a timing to push through this smoke. Here's the flashbang. Exertion close up, just shuts it down before it can begin. Bit does make his way through, but Yimpat's there for the trade and to secure the life of Exertion. And a 2-man advantage in this first gun round. Na'Vi get nothing done.
Great start from MOUZ. Here comes JL. Into the smoke, AK, but too much of a risk to go through that, so you'll respect it for the time being. The bomb in the back of Alexi. It'll play in towards A main.
It's not a good timing for it at the moment. You'll know at this point, after the success in middle, MOUZ would have dropped the defender back to donut, likely one of the A bomb site playing passively, so they just realized this ain't the time for the play. Back to middle we go. That defense slides it back into donut. It means you've got some real estate in mid to work with, so some space for Na'Vi. But not able to find any kills that can bring this back within their reach.
Wonderful. Oh, got a second. Now they're back in reach. 30 seconds left though. Brolin covers off the cave exit. Wonderful falling leaves it just on your Alexi B, who had to come out of there, and JL's now alone. And without his teammates, without his support, this round once again becomes very difficult. That is so ridiculous. JL through, straight through the cave. Wall bang onto Brolin, and we talked about him as one of the best clutchers on the planet. JL not getting the right read though, as Torji comes back up through the ramp and saves this round for MOUZ.
Something special from JL, that secondary kill through the spam. We've been waiting for JL to have his moments. He had that quiet first map. Dust2 didn't matter because it was just straight domination. Mirage was all MOUZ. But Ancient, JL's got a whole list of impressive plays on this map. Pistol and armor for Na'Vi, and they're going to pick up the pace towards the A bomb site right at Torji's AWP, who's going to get a couple test shots, fires him into the smoke, nets him 1 kill. And no access for Na'Vi. Slowed down yet again. It's still early going, but now it's looking like they got a whole new energy after that map victory on Mirage. They're going to be off to a 4-0 start.
Wonderful going to hang on to the M4. Goes into the peak. Torchy only falling.
Look at the money on MOUZ. Any kill that Wonderful's able to get is massive. In fact, like, if he gets one more, it's so important. Keep that money low. Keep MOUZ in a reset position, teed up for one good NAVI round to bring them back. But really tough to find that single kill. Good reposition from Torji to put the range of the AWP to good effect.
Too many targets. And Wonderful, oh, gets another one. And then the peek from Donut. So just too many players to deal with.
Yeah, it's huge from Wonderful. Really good find.
4-0 start for MOUZ on the CT side. Na'Vi obviously have rifles to play with coming into this next.
Well, first gun round, they tried to just kind of pop out middle on a delayed timing. But MOUZ's defense was set up close behind the smoke, so it got shut down with ease. Emo and Bit out mid. This time it's right out of the gate.
I'm missing everything. Let's go!
Well, not missing much at the start of this round. MOUZ, 2 opening kills. Na'Vi aggressive in middle and silenced. As Shuwei now peeks out of cave. He hasn't seen anybody down the ramp yet, but he knows his presence in the B lane. Alexi confirms that with some spam, but this is all about a play forward for JL. If he gets shut down here by Torji, Na'Vi's chances shrink to 0 in terms of getting back into this round, and Torji has eyes on the correct position. It's just about patience. There is some utility for Na'Vi, but they haven't elected to use it towards long. And so likely to have a dry peek. Oh my god, what a shot from JL. Torji just gets sat on his ass, and now that bomb play is coming in for Na'Vi.
And because it's a double up in cave, JL can get such a deep position. It's a 4-on-3 in the post plant, but 2 of them are entirely isolated.
JL knows where his next target is likely to be coming from. He's got eyes on K, but he has to worry about eventually that timing through CT spawn. You can see him kind of flicking in between both of them. Tucks himself into the corner. It's worked out for JL. He spins back. Good read. But this time Exertion betters him in that fight. Now 2 players relatively low of both squads. Wonderful sits within the side. Alexi B letting that time take on as Na'Vi's bomb plant goes in their favor, but Alexi B into the open. Yimpact gets on it. He's off the defuse and no more time. No time for MOUZ. Round is done. And it is chaotic, but it's Na'Vi's first of Ancient.
And it comes down to money. I mean, everything that happened in the round is great, but at the end of the day, Yimpact doesn't have a kit. He has to pick one up off the ground when he starts that defuse, so he couldn't stick it. Couldn't even give himself a chance for it. Man, what a round from Na'Vi. Good read. JL with this opening kill. He feels so safe and comfortable in this position to set himself up for a really powerful jiggle. And then the defensive setup from MOUZ just betrays them. Deep smoke, deep positioning from JL. Exertion has to play it patient. And nothing the cave players can do in the meantime. Now, there's a timeout called by Na'Vi, they're first. And I'm curious, how important is this EMA and bit play in middle to the game plan that Na'Vi want to try and execute? How important is it for them to get out and get that control? They've ran it twice now, one fast, one a little bit delayed. Both times shut down. Impressive that Na'Vi's able to recover in the 3 versus 5 here.
And right now they're at the brink of breaking MOUZ. You got a UMP here for Pro, and the M4 for Exertion is the only rifle in sight for this defense. Middle this time, it's Ima about to get sent out by Flash, but he goes alone. And before the flashbang, so Exertion with that one rifle is able to climb up into heaven very quickly.
This is wondering if I'm wondering why it's so important to Na'Vi, or if it seems very important to them, because MOUZ clearly have a game plan of getting aggressive down middle, just shutting down any exit out of that smoke. Look at JL, he's creeping into the B bomb site, which was a winning recipe in the last round. He's got 3 players flanking him out: Exertion, Brolin, and Shuhei.
But Bit's already pushed A as well. So the bomb is actually drifting back over towards Bit, while JL could become a late piece and try and cut them off from behind.
They don't know, Wonderful and Alexi B, which piece they want to use.
Yeah, they're sort of in limbo between the 2 of them.
And I'll tell you what, they're making the wrong decision, as we can see. Yeah, they're going to come right back into this stack, and JL has passed it. But Navi should be aware that there can be this kind of a push. And if they spot them going up ramp, there's a timing here. They could warn JL.
JL operates so well in this position. He actually gets behind the cover. It's a perfect play. Now Bullet goes out. He's going to have a little look into the B-bomb site just to make sure it's clear, but he's got info now. Brolin's here. 5-7 for Shuai, still here, but he's got an AK picked up instead, and that bolsters this defense. Shuai goes down to the hand of Alexi, and Navi have a space to plant the bomb. Brolin, though. Oh, he'll make it difficult. Nice kill on Wonderful. Plant being locked in, but it's Bit and Alexi having to close out a 2v4. This was their chance to break MOUZ's money, but it looks like MOUZ will withstand. With Alexi going down and Bit now detected in cave, they just need to lock him in while that defuse happens, and they will shut out any chance that Bit may have had. It'll be a 5th round for MOUZ. The side of Navi make the wrong decision. And MOUZ racking up rounds.
They're spoiled by choice in that round. They've got Bit secure in the A bomb site, seeing no presence of defenders. They've got JL in the B bomb site, seeing no defenders. And on some level, they might have just gotten too spread out with how much success each player had of getting into the bomb sites, because you didn't have a pack whatsoever to protect against, you know, the mid control of MOUZ. The MOUZ play going up lane.
I mean, we are starting to see some of that frustration that we've seen from Navi in the group stages, right? There's something they had to work through. Something got the better of them in that final game against Furia. And they had a big conversation about communication, being able to play off one another in between the playoffs and now. But when do things start to get rough?
It ties into this long run of finals that they've been in. Just the grind, the extra games in every single event, having to go deep into the playoffs. Navi's exhausted. Been playing against themselves, as you mentioned, throughout this tournament. The frustration growing and building.
And then you start to think of some of those finals that you've been in that you've lost. Some of those best of 5s that you've let go. They're down at 5-1 at the moment. We still have that extra map under their belt, and Bit fighting through the cave. It's Shuai to go down, Brolin to peek into the open. Effective trade, and he doesn't... Oh, he doesn't need to fight, because look at this. Exertion. He climbs up behind. Alexi has no idea. And it works out so well for Exertion. Bomb is locked at the B doors.
Navi have a huge issue that's in the middle of the map right now. You know, the Navi, or I mean, excuse me, the EMA and Bit trying to gain control of that, and entries that they're failing is one thing, but MOUZ having complete control of mid whenever they choose to take it. They get really quick and easy rotations, they get flank opportunities, and Navi's got to solve that puzzle. 3-on-3 with 33 seconds left on the clock. Good trade.
2v2 off of this somehow for Navi.
And it opens up access for Navi to go back towards middle, back towards the A bomb site. But if they make that decision, it has to be right now.
Torchi's aware of that, so goes back to red to make sure they're not going middle, which does leave Brolin for a moment alone. But they realize now they haven't gone mid, so they have to commit with limited time into the B site. And Torchi's come back. He's come back over at the right time. And will he catch the right timing for the peak? He certainly looked like it. Wonderful's going to go down to the hands of Brolin. Just JL. And no way into it in the end. 6 rounds as this streak continues for MOUZ.
MOUZ playing a very, very smart game right now on Ancient. Complete control. AWP is out in the hands of Wonderful. And a second timeout from Blade because things are going horribly wrong. And usually when you see teams want to take this level of mid control on the T side, this aggressively, this consistently, and it's not working out for them, a lot of times they'll just choose to go passive, don't even mess with middle, don't even waste any utility, throw out your red room smoke, but save it for later. Let them burn their utility taking that deep control. Let them burn their utility peeking down lane. Take everything a little bit later when you have the utility advantage and can play the late rounds.
You mentioned how difficult coming back into best of 5s are when you lose the first 2 maps, but if you win them convincingly, not a lot of energy is exerted in the end. You've got it, and it comes down to a final map. You've got the momentum on your side. If MOUZ are somehow capable of taking this victory.
And this is that passive setup. There's the red room smoke. Yima throws a Molotov to the jump up just to show like they want to take lane aggressively to make sure the B defenders use their nades as well.
We've seen Bit push out A number of times in this half. He's got the bomb alongside of him this time. So Alexi for the time being has control of the B lane for Navi.
Now Na'Vi shows they want to do that late mid control. Another red room smoke. Nobody's home from MOUZ behind it. It's a push down the ramp, and it's the AWP that nets the first kill. Shuhei, instead of pushing forward off that kill, though, backs up. Bits in his extended duel. Headshot angle. Yimmy's got reinforcements, though.
Donut fight. Alexi B exertion, kissing inside of the smoke. Oh, Brolin, he's taking Emma down as well. And Alexi B just walked right past, walked right by. And Alexi B taking Torsi out. That must be so confusing for Torsi. But Exertion now knows what happened, and he'll make up for it. Leaving Wonderful 1v3. 25 seconds, sees one dart towards CT. Nice quick shot. Oh! He gets a no-scope. Wonderful down into the sight. He's gonna fake it. He's gone to the rifle, and so close. So close to a miracle from Wonderful, but stabilized in the end by Shuhei.
They could have used it, Na'Vi. They could have used that energy. Really close affair. Wonderful, almost making it work. He must have ran out of ammunition. Yeah, he only had 2 bullets. This was the last one in the AWP, so he had to switch out to the Galil. A frustrating clutch. He's just wishing he had one more.
What a wonderful sequence that was. Beautiful, but not to be. And as you said, Na'Vi really could have done with that injection of energy with that round win. But as it stands, 7-1, money still an issue.
It's an issue for both teams still, and that's the painful thing. That's what Na'Vi's thinking in the back of their heads. We've gotten so close a number of times. Their money is so low. One win, and it cracks the floodgates open. They're just having a huge issue getting that one win they need. Showing they want mid-control Na'Vi. They could potentially have it. They wanted to force a rotation away from the B bomb site. But MOUZ isn't really budging. Torji's watching it from a distance with the AWP. Now creeping closer. Shuhei's fallen back as well. And actually, all of a sudden, it feels like Na'Vi's gotten everything they wanted. A passive defense at the B bomb site. Brolin in cave. Shuhei behind cube out towards long. And he'll back off when he sees contact, when he sees utility.
Oh, Shuhei stuck around in front of that smoke. Just enough time to walk away with Alexi B. Bomb plants coming through. A lot more needed if Na'Vi are going to find themselves in a competitive position. Flash gets sent out long. That'll unleash Wonderful and JL, and they'll combine suddenly, just like that. Na'Vi back into the round, but Yimpat, he has broken many hearts. He has won many clutches, and this, oh, it's so close to another one. Yimpat chasing JL, who runs away, cowering away, running for his life. Yimpat, one bullet would have done it, but he can't connect it, he can't find it, so instead it's the defuse. Molly goes in, but he's stuck in! Oh! The Heartbreak Kid has got another one in him! He strikes again!
That's an insane clutch.
Oh my god, Yimpat.
That's a god-tier clutch. How many more does he have in this tournament? He's been stellar. We mentioned it. He's a big reason these clutches, why MOUZ even made it to the grand finals.
Instead of bullets, he decides to defuse, and he just sits in the fire. This is an unbelievable player. One that has a bright future.
Look at that smile, too. Look at that little smile on his face. He knows the dirty things he's done.
Oh, God. Yimpat again.
Oh, good adaptation from Na'Vi. You can see, they want to go back to this mid-control, but this time the flash is coming from the players up B lane. Because the defense has been so close, changing the angle of the flashbang is what can allow Ima and Bit to actually get out and have some safety as the smoke clears. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds, though, and Na'Vi's running out of utility. 2 Molotovs of smoke and a flashbang for the rest of the round.
Beat. Clearing out the cave. Oh, JL. So close to the first kill of the round. These bullets connect onto Shuei, but not enough to drop him. Mid control taken for Na'Vi. But where do they go with this? Yimpat, shoulder detected. He decides to toss out utility and just bide his time as they come in towards him. Yimpat again.
It's the bomb.
This game is completely flipped. The momentum is solely in the hands of MOUZ at the moment. Na'Vi trying to fight their way out of this hole, but it's going to take something ridiculous. Bit inside of the side. It's a nice shot on Exertion. And at this moment, Na'Vi back in the fight. Bomb plant going in.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of tough things to deal with. Torji, going to swing out from Temple. And that might just put Bit too far low. There was even Shuei coming in on the flank through A main. That was going to be a real tough task. 9-1. When we talked about it going into Mirage, a lot of the issues it felt like for MOUZ individually, not a whole lot of stopping power. Certainly on Dust2, Inferno could have been cleaner. Here on Ancient, it's Yimpat. Triple kill on the pistol, 1 versus 3 clutch. Massive double kill round here in Donut. He's been effective down middle, trading whenever a kill does come out, helping save Exertion's aggression. He's been everywhere for MOUZ.
They're getting fucking lucky, guys, but we can fucking bring it back. 4 rounds only what we need here, okay?
Well, they needed 4. They can only get 3 now. But
that's unfortunate.
I think the speech still works. I'm not going to lie to you.
If you just change the number to 3, then perhaps, yes.
The speech still works.
Na'Vi have got to try and pull it back. 2 rounds left in this half to do so. MOUZ in utter control of this game. And Yimpat, he's about to have some presence coming his way. At least Na'Vi have that to work with. A shot through the smoke at Exertion. That is the quickest rotator, the best support that Yimpat has. Once again, standing in the fire. This time he will die. Na'Vi have got a second round teed up.
I almost think if you're MOUZ, you save here. Like, you don't have money. You don't have any money. No need to go for that, although Shuhei is going to bring one back. His teammates are just so far away. There's no way they're actually going to attempt this.
With that smoke, yeah, there's just no way now. So Shuei's going to back away. His teammates are already saving on the other side of the map. So second round for Na'Vi collected. We'll move into the last round of this first half. Na'Vi in a desperate bid for 3. Alexi says they're getting lucky. Would you agree with that, or do you feel like, I mean, Yimpat's just a beast in the clutch, right?
Look, I mean, I don't know if you want to call it luck. It always feels like luck when you're the losing team, but certainly MOUZ has gotten away with a couple. A lot of these rounds have been very, very close.
Yeah, they're making their own luck.
Which is why losing 1 round has this kind of an impact on the economy of MOUZ. They've been so close, they haven't been able to build any money behind it to sustain a loss like this. So you can understand the sentiment from Alexi for sure.
In that world in which reverse sweep is pulled off doesn't seem that crazy anymore. If MOUZ can close out this map in the fashion that they're currently dominating it, and it comes down to a final map of the game. Torzi straight through elbow. Ima caught. JL charging out, but stopped by the hands of Exertion. Na'Vi faulted 2 players because Shuei catches Alexi just walking right in front of him, and it's the easiest kill of his half. Wonderful in a bit will attempt this round win, but where do they have to go? There's a slight opening, I suppose, towards the A side through Donut, but Wonderful gets caught off if he goes through main. So he decides to go middle instead, and even now he's being watched by Exertion through Red Room.
This is a round I think Na'Vi might save in a different circumstance, but obviously the last round of the half. And Wonderful's just hoping he gets a peek. They don't want to commit to A. They want to see if they can find any kills before they really decide, we want to plant at this bomb site, we want to finish at this bomb site. And they still don't know where Yimpat is. They're going to hit tab and be like, he's still alive.
Yeah,
and that gives them the indication A main is a point of contention.
Yeah, well, they molly that off. That allows them to get the bomb down. But still, once this bomb is planted, they've still got to worry about him.
It's also, where do you play? Where do you go from here?
Well, you got to go into the donut and hope something massive from Wonderful can happen. He was close to a ridiculous moment earlier in the half, but it won't happen here. It is 10 rounds for MOUZ. What we are watching is unbelievable. The turnaround from this young squad as they are right back in to this grand final. side for MOUZ. It was unthinkable that they would find themselves back into this after losing the first two maps so quickly to NAVI. MOUZ are the ones in control somehow.
It was a transformation after map 2. This is the MOUZ team coming in that's finally showing us the quality that we see so frequently, just doing it in a grand final stage. It's been absolutely brilliant. And a 10-2 half announces to NAVI they're here to take the trophy away. A pistol round, obviously for MOUZ, would basically be the map over.
Oh yeah. At this point, we're all thinking about that 5th map. Wonderful, waiting inside of the cave. It's a good double out of the Joe Berettas, eventually taken out by Brolin. Torji will do what he can with that P250. NAVI settle back into this one. They know they at least still have the player advantage to work with, and MOUZ realize they've got a lot of time. Smoke at short will start to fade away. No one using it.
It's their turn to hit the pause button. Pump the brakes, see if Navi's going to shift it all, see if Navi's going to get curious. But Alexi and JL just slide back even deeper. So they can spot the information, they can play safely, go for one kill on MOUZ's entrance into the bomb site. And wait for Emo and Bit to arrive for a retake. There's the smoke deployed by Shuhei over towards short. So Torji is going to slide up with Shuhei. The bomb has an easy avenue from cave.
JL. Fire in from long, couldn't stop anybody from safely getting into the bomb site. Plant locked in. Torji now moving forward aggressively with this P250 flash to set up. Blinds too. Oh, they get cleaned up. JL just shuts them down, and it's cleaned up in the end by NAVI. They needed a pistol, they've got it, but plenty more where that came from. First step, though, in the right direction.
MOUZ needed some real estate, which is why they push out towards long while that smoke is still up, but the flashbang is just brutal. Good job from Alexi to set up his teammates for an easy clear. And a nice opening provided by Wonderful. NAVI played this pistol round just about perfectly. 3-10 to invest. As we all know, the extra money goes a long way. Mac 10 on Shuhei. Galils are out in the field as well. Torji and Yimpak going down to pistol so they can bring in utility.
It's not enough just to win the pistol here for NAVI. You got to stop this force fight. It can be brutal. Zershin going out first into mid. He's got that Galil to work with. And he doesn't spot anything, so he'll climb up heaven and join with the rest of his forces.
NAVI wanted nothing to do with that fight. Wonderful and Ema both backing up into Donut into safety. Smoke's deployed. There's one remaining on Ema.
Alexi in and out of the smoke.
That'll be a little frustrating for Exertion. Probably feels like he didn't deserve that.
No, but he's done it a few times to other players, so get a little taste of his own medicine.
Once again, more retake setup at this B bomb site. You don't have utility to make the challenge at top B ramp difficult for MOUZ. Let them come into the bomb site. JL tucked into the corner, Bit there in support and as a distraction. Molotov goes too deep, so Bit will take attention and a kill, and hopefully they swing on him because that's when JL can pounce.
Clean for NAVI. They deal with a force by MOUZ, cast back down to low tier purchase, if anything.
Now this is a huge disparity that NAVI's trying to make up in this half, but we've seen incredible comebacks from NAVI throughout this year and certainly at this tournament as well.
That's why they've earned the title of #1 in the world. Being able to find the solutions when they look down and out.
Their comeback on Dust2 against Heroic in the semifinals just to make it into the finals was something special. It's very impressive. And I mean, let's be real, they're getting everything they need at the moment to make this one a reality also. Haven't taken a whole lot of damage in these past 2 rounds. MP9's farming up some bonus money, so cash is going to be nice for NAVI.
You see Shui's not even on his PC for a moment there, just realizing this round is one that will be cast to the wind. A moment to settle in and group up as they go in towards A main. It's now going to be wonderful out towards Donut, who has the opportunity to clean up these eco kills.
I'll tell you what, Dinko, if you want to have a little foreshadowing of something sad for the MOUZ side, you know, it sucks losing in best of 5 finals. It sucks getting deleted in best of 5 finals, but if you get beat on a map where you went into the second half with a 10-2 lead and let them come back to lift the trophy, that's actually maybe the worst case scenario that I can imagine.
That would be kind of brutal. Let's hope for MOUZ's sake they force it to 5.
NAVI still look confident.
Yeah, they still
No one's going off script, off playbook. No one's trying to do too much. Alexi still got his boys feeling really good.
We'll see if that keeps up after this gun round. A round victory for NAVI could certainly continue that. Shuei, coming up through B main. A lot of damage done by Brolin. Good for the first here for MOUZ. Second, even better. It's JL to fall, and the bomb now making its way up into the site itself. The impact at the back of the pack. His teammate Brolin now gone after the initial damage done. Bit needed a kill if NAVI wanted to stay super comfortable in this. A ding through that wood. This fight's important. IEM loses it. It's Alexi B 1v3. He'll slip out. Ball plant cancelled. And now bullets perforating him going in towards cave. That plant is now being locked in on the safe side. Alexi B getting out of the cave will prove impossible. Torzi will peek him, confidently fights him, and MOUZ up to 11.
That's a round, I think, once again, it almost feels like NAVI is just getting a little bit, you know, Alexi said they're getting lucky. I think NAVI might be getting unlucky. That round feels like a very much a product of NAVI's success in the first two rounds or so.
Yeah.
They still have SMGs. JL gets exploited, not able to double up. If he has an M4, that's a different fight. They chose not to upgrade because the wins were so clean. And now MOUZ is going to try and deliver the knockout blow. It's fast-paced towards the A site. Wonderful's here with the ult, and he's got one.
Brolin, getting caught. Good start of the round here from the side of NAVI. Big plays from default, but removed by Exertion, who continues to try and fight forward. JL stopping that from becoming a problem. They have leapt into the palace, though, into the temple, and Yimpa's pushing down into the site, but caught by Yima. And so it's now just Torzi, and Wonderful realizes that there's only one gap, and he's going to plug it. 6 rounds, NAVI not falling to map point yet.
And yeah, this is lovely from NAVI. Whenever you take this A bomb site against them, especially if you do it fast like this, you have to be able to expect that NAVI players are going to be playing behind those smokes, swinging into the bomb sites. They don't like playing full-blown retake. They want to challenge you as or before you're getting the bomb planted. Brolin even beat the timing on the supportive flashbang to activate IEM, but still couldn't handle the fight. And NAVI, it was 8 at halftime, their deficit. Now it's just 5.
Exertion as the hero AK-47 has taken the brunt of the damage early in this round. 49 health left. Look at Bit. Look at the push he's got. All the way through A main.
It's a cool round to do it on as well. You know they're going to have low HP. This might be the only time Bit actually executes this kind of a flank. Got one firing through the smokes. The bullets sail over the heads of Shuei and Brolin, but they've got nothing left to do but walk up the B ramp to their death.
Great shot from Wonderful to chime in. Brolin walking up the ramp, stood no chance in getting past Wonderful. Shuei doing what he can, prevents the clean sheet. NAVI don't keep 5 players up. In fact, they don't keep 4. Nice shot from Shuei at the end, but closed by Wonderful. And another step in the right direction for NAVI. The gap is starting to shrink. And a timeout for MOUZ to make sure that they put an end to this now.
Yeah, attempt to maybe have a conversation with the guys. Maybe communication is starting to slow down. Maybe that frustration is coming in. Because these rounds, outside of the one they lost, NAVI's been so clean. They've lost 4 players in 5 round wins in this second half. So Cyclone's trying to take some of the pressure of calling off Shuei, give him some more time to think, give him an idea. Reminding the rest of the team, they're still in control, they're still in the lead, they're still just 2 rounds away from nuke.
Really? Guys, they really fucking lost this game. You understand?
Guys, I want to do...
Understand.
You can see it from both in-game leaders when we listen into them, just trying to spread the belief, the idea for Shuei It's about making sure the team is still playing together. For Alexi, they've already lost. We've already done the hard work. Keep it up, and we will cruise in to bring this back.
Big breaks exertion as he comes through the elbow. Perhaps the power of belief will transpire here on the server for NAVI. Vanti's siding with him for the time being. IEM to make sure it's followed up on. And we know how dangerous he can be in mid when he transitions to the CT side. We know he's struggling on the T side, but it's a different story on the defense.
I was gonna say, even MOUZ is starting to struggle on the T side.
He's got to know. He's got to know.
He does now.
Oh, God. Bit walks right into him.
It's all right. You have the space to make that kind of a play. Bit trying to just execute the round-winning move. Still a man advantage for NAVI. Still in safe positions. Alexi monitoring B ramp. Wonderful's up in cave. JL keeping eyes on middle, and IEM at the A bomb site. And MOUZ is still very spread.
Last ditch effort. Heading over towards A. Play here to defend is IEM. He's got a quick rotation available from JL as well as he comes back through CT, but IEM is just playing behind that big box. He's got utility. He can slow this down and separate them.
It's just not going to be any noise. MOUZ is going contact, so IEM just has to be careful.
Right time, but not going to work out for him. He didn't get a kill. Now opens it up again here for the side of MOUZ. Important frag to be collected by JL through that smoke. Now Torzy leaps into the bomb site, but JL just goes right through. And good night. Torzy shut down, shut eye. 11-8 rounds as MOUZ's lead is slipping away from them.
All of a sudden, Alexi's words have a lot more meaning behind them. They've already lost.
If they go on to win this, if they go on to lift the trophy after Ancient, that speech will become legendary.
(11-8), and Cyclone starting to burn these timeouts. He was able to hang on to all three because of how dominant they were in the first half. But faced with NAVI storming back into this map, into this CT side, he's trying to help his team find the solutions.
MOUZ with not a whole lot to play with. Two Galils. Tech 9, P250, Deagle. Although these are the kind of rounds that can come as a surprise. IEM down to 1 HP. A lot of risk involved in this play from him as he goes into B lane. But it's all about A. It's all about the A play for MOUZ. And the only defender here is Wonderful. It's not a weapon that can get a multi-kill comfortably. I know he's stuck at default. He's committed to this now. It's one and done. MOUZ have space to play with. IEM fortunately dropping the impact on the other side of the map, but it's still about this A play.
No head armor for Wonderful whatsoever, so that Galil does fantastic work. Still going to be very tough to hold this off. There's no utility. A Molotov on exertion is it.
To bring it back, to start to believe for NAVI, they can't afford to drop this round. It will break them. And so Shui and JL, they go blow for blow. Been able to come back in and leave it just on Torzy, and IEM's got that covered. Starts the round with 1 HP and finishes it with a kill. It's 9 rounds for NAVI. They are truly back in this.
I'll tell you what as well, the risk that IEM took to run through the Molotovs to put him at 1 HP to get up towards lane paid dividends. Because that utility thrown out towards the B bomb site is meant to be a fake, and IEM has the information the whole time. He's in front of these smokes. He's in front of the utility. And he's like, there's nobody here. This is a fake. And NAVI doesn't have to panic. They have the information, and it's a calculated retake. 2 rounds back.
A true test of Shuei's in-game leadership now. All the momentum gone. And he must call them out of this pit of despair. Try and get this series to a 5th map. Nuke awaits if he can do it, but Wonderful waits in the temple, the shadow. He knows what's coming his way. He sees the utility being thrown out, but no one peeks. No one from MOUZ elects to go.
They were hoping to punish a player who made the decision to play big box. Would have been a nice, easy way to find an opening pick with Torji's AWP, but Doesn't pan out. So Torji and Exertion will look elsewhere. They have control of B lane. Navi's keeping track of everything. Ima at Red Room is going to call out the smoke. That mid-control utility is coming in at this timing. Wonderful is still alone at the A bomb site. At what point does Navi feel like he needs to be supplemented with the rifler?
It's got to be soon because they realize now.
And the main thrust of this attack will come through
seconds.
Donut. So if Wonderful, he's just got the angle in. He wants that one shot, that one clean shot blinded. And now he's got to be worried about A main.
But now Ima starts to activate. He starts to come in behind. Oh, could this play from Ima win the round for Navi? Brolin turns back. Nice shot from Torres. He needed to silence Ima immediately. MOUZ pushing forward. 12 rounds away. If they can close this out in a 4v4 post plant.
And Navi's forced to play this standard retake just by the timing of it. They didn't have anyone over to rush the bomb planter.
JL's inside of the CT smoke. It fades away, and so will JL. But Bit is back. Bit is in this fight, and so Navi still are. Alexi B sees the barrel. Torzi's as good as dead. And it's Yimpat who can't stop this. Defuse done. Navi up to 10. They are rolling right the way back into this game. One round separates them.
It's such a beautiful round as well to watch Navi and realize again how each player knows what their role in any given situation is. Wonderful takes his one shot towards Donut at the beginning of the round, and from there his only job is to keep Yimpat tucked into A main, as to just hold that angle. He never even peeks into the bomb site. He makes sure Yimpat cannot be involved in the round.
And this is a reminder as to why we call Navi the #1 team in the world. This is a reminder as to why they've made 6 grand finals in a row.
Just the level of domination right now for Navi. Both Team CT sides on point today, but Navi's is on a different level. Of the 8 rounds that they've won in this half, none of them have they lost more than 2 players. MOUZ has had plants, but they've never truly gotten close.
Incredible CT side. Collapse for MOUZ, but still can be saved.
Still time, you're right. Just a lot less.
No one from Navi is playing around the tall box or the big box. It's a passive A setup. No one in the site. Wonderful plays inside of Donut, but MOUZ are not going to work A yet. They just wanted to look. They wanted to see if they could punish someone playing close, but there was no one. No target to select.
Navi just so comfortable at the moment to hold on to utility. Now the first play is being made. Red Room smoke. Blocked a little bit, but not any kind of significance to allow Ima to play. It's Wonderful with the AWP and Donut. That's going to be first contact.
Wonderful awaits. Exertion's peak. Oh, a missed shot. You don't see those often from Wonderful, but will it cost him? Oh, Ima around the back keeps this going for Navi, but it's a B play. MOUZ looking to finish here.
Here he goes, JL stepping up. He's going to look towards Cave. Holding on to it. Shuei peeks, goes down. It's still coming up, Navi.
Oh, he goes out for a repeat, but is punished. He's not able to get a follow-up kill, but a 2v3 can Brolin and Torzi feasibly They've already lost this, says Alexi B, and now they're tied up 11 to 11. MOUZ have disappeared.
And nothing can stop the collapse. Cyclones already burned all 3 timeouts. There's nothing left to slow this. What a move from Ima. What a play to set up. Off the back of Wonderful's miss, they never expected him coming around the smoke.
Just when you think Wonderful's missed shot might cost them this comeback, Ima's there to step up for his teammates, and that is the strength of Navi. We know there isn't one standout star. We know this is a squad of 5 individuals that pick up the slack for one another, that come together, and when everybody's firing on all cylinders, no one can beat them.
And the experience born of those 6 straight grand finals for NAVI, this being the 6th. Knowing when to make a play, not shying away from the opportunity presented to you. What a moment for IEM. 11-11.
MOUZ leaves some money.
There's so much cash on NAVI's side of things, and yeah, they descend using the timeout called by NAVI and Blade. Run boost up onto the ledge.
This is Bit aggressive. Oh, we can break them straight away. Bit goes forward, right underneath him. Bit right beside you, and eventually Bit gets that kill. 2 players left for MOUZ. Map, tournament, and series point available for NAVI if they are able to close out these final 2 kills.
Yeah, what a setup as well. Bit with that run boost, the sprint, the flashbang from the B bomb site. MOUZ is lost. They have been torn apart. They have no belief any longer. It's been ripped away.
When NAVI get into this gear, it is almost impossible to stop them.
And not even Yimfat can save you now.
Not even Jimmy. Shadow, wonderful, bringing him down all the way. NAVI have come back. They are now looking at 12-11. It was 10-2 at the half in favor of MOUZ. NAVI had some unthinkable work to do in this second half, but they have certainly done it now, Jason.
They certainly have. Unfathomable to think about during the first half. But boy, they got going, and Alexi could feel it. He could feel it. He had an early sense. And he allowed that belief to permeate through all of his teammates, and look at them now. Championship point at IEM Rio.
Fighting for their 4th title of 2024. 1 round, and they've got it. Alexi B has been in the final of IEM 6 times. He has not been able to win the title here. MOUZ gather at the foothills of B. Him at a climb. Oh.
Do you still make this play? You just made noise. Oh, he still does. He peeks, gets a lot of information. Sees 2, decent damage, backs away.
So make sure he stays alive, plays his life. A tense round 2, the most tense of this final.
And once again, NAVI just playing far back at this B bomb site. They want to make sure nobody goes down. If this is to be a set piece and execute onto the bomb site, Bit, JL, and Alexi hold strong in their positions for the retake.
Shuey goes down to Alexi B. Yimpat falls. Another step.
MOUZ don't know what to do. Because of Torji's position, they don't know where to go.
MOUZ have collapsed. 17 seconds, no time left. No time left in Rio. And that shot, oh, it's Bit, but he falls. And there's a way back. There's suddenly a way back for MOUZ.
JL can stop it. Oh, can he? From CT Spawn, he's got the angle. A little late.
A little late. And so it falls into the 1v1. IEM could win the title for NAVI. Torzi, their best big game player, to try and keep MOUZ in this, to get it into overtime. The Hungarian hunkers down, but IEM now realizes where he is. And the defuse tapped. Torzi doesn't peek, doesn't buy it, doesn't go. Shots come in, but IEM is the final kill. NAVI come back all the way.
What a way to win it. What a way to be a trademark NAVI comeback into a trophy. Absolutely spectacular. They knew it early on. They could sense that MOUZ had collapsed. Alexi said it. It's the best year of his career. He breaks yet another curse by lifting his first Intel Extreme Masters trophy. And what a day for Wonder